Alrighty, hello, how is everybody doing? We are here, hopefully, if the webcam is working. Crap, I should have tested this beforehand. Are you serious right now? You've got to be kidding me. I tested this beforehand. Why? Why stream software? Why do you gotta be like this? Don't do that. Come on. Hey, seriously? Oh my god. Well, that's there now. It's always the tech. Are you serious? Oh, you guys can just enjoy that staying on screen for a second. That's not how it's supposed to work, so give me a second to figure this out. I know it's frozen. I will try and get this fixed. Oh, why is it gonna be like this? Okay, it should do that, and it should do that. That doesn't seem to be working. Yes, there we go. Okay. Good lord. I don't know if this is going to do what I need to do. Also, Stella is being very camera shy today and keeps running away from it. It's very cute, but also just like, will you stay in frame? I am going to have to do a PowerPoint of reactions at this stage, because it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. We want to do that. Okay, we're getting somewhere, Perfect. That does that, and that should still be live. And then if I change this, this should hopefully update. Yes! There we go! We did it! We're here! Oh, god damn. That was a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. See, I always forget to test something at the start of the stream. Oh, see, she's moved out of the way of the camera again. Just stay put. There we go. Alright, sorry about the tech issues we got there. Is this a video camera or just a photo? It's just going to be a series of PNGs for today. That's all that we're using. To be fair, we have done that once before when the camera just utterly refused to work, but hopefully that's not going to be the case today. We literally just put like a stock, an image of my Graeldon avatar in the corner and left the cat cam on, and that was the whole stream. Alright, welcome everyone. Mady8, also shout out Mady8 for being an amazing supporter of the channel and jumping up to the top tier as a Knight of the Holy Grail. You're an absolute legend. Hope you look forward to your shout out in the next video, which is starting to track along nicely. We just wrapped up the script for it literally yesterday. We have Not a Nick, we have Richard MV, we have Mr. Inopportune hanging out on Twitch. Welcome, by the way. If this is your first time and you have any questions about what's about to happen, please let me know. Sander, that really lives my stream, but 100% does. We've got Deathgirl over on Twitch as well, which I think is Raven from memory. That Done Raven's here. Elarak, welcome back, Elarak. I haven't seen you in a little while. Hope you're doing well. Gray is here. The sand in your shoes. Yeah, nice comment. That's a name I don't recognize, but also that is a fantastic username. Who else do I see? Sky made it in time for a stream. Neon Wyvern, welcome. John Leonard, welcome back, mate. How you doing? I think that is about everyone that I've seen here. Neon Wyvern's here. Okay, wonderful. Mate, love your content, so I want to support you as much again. I really appreciate that. And as always, everything that goes towards the channel gets invested back into the channel as well. So it goes towards paying for the editors, paying for new games to be played, paying to upgrade equipment. So it's always appreciated because it makes life a little easier. Miss Importune, you've only watched your YouTube views, haven't been around for a stream yet. Okay, this is going to be fun for you then. So just for anyone that is maybe hanging out, hasn't chatted, and is here for the first time, we're about to do two things at once, which makes these streams good fun. First of all, we're going to be playing games that have been suggested by the community. The only criteria is that they have less than 200 reviews at the time of being submitted. They all go onto a big wheel, which we're going to spin. We're going to play a game for 30 minutes to see if it's any good, and then you guys are going to vote and decide if we're going to play for 30 more minutes, or if we're just going to move on to something else. We'll usually play about 3 to 4 games per stream, depending on how it goes. Now, at the same time, we also play bingo, because we're looking out for specific tropes and recurring things that happen in a lot of these games. The bingo cards are available. There's commands for the bot to be able to grab them. There's also things you can redeem in the points store, and you earn points just for watching the stream, which you can use for things like calling a specific bingo card, for actually adding your own tiles into it and things like that to make it a little bit more fun and interactive. We have both Raven and, I'm blanking on the name, I think we were both Ravens. Yeah, we got Raven and that darn Raven today, who will be helping out to manage the bingo tiles. So you'll see a list of them build on screen as they're called to make life nice and easy. And we basically play up to 3 rounds of bingo per game. The first is a 5x5, then a 6x6, then a 7x7. If we win, basically the 5x5, you'll get 1 bingo point. If you win the 6x6, it's 2, 7x7 is 3 points, and you can see the leaderboard on screen. And basically, at the start of each month, those equal the number of entries you get into a prize draw. And we pick 1 random person per month to win a Steam gift card, which is always a nice thing to be able to give away. So that is basically the gist of what we're about to do. I am just going to make sure that we are set up here to be able to record as well, because we floated the idea recently of actually turning these streams into trimmed down VODs to be able to then watch back later and just see kind of the best moments from everything. So we're going to be starting to play around with that soon, because we are going to be having a new editor and a new digital artist joining the channel team soon, which is very, very exciting and will allow us to do a couple of new things. So I think without further ado, we should get started. What did I miss there? Raven, sorry, Johnny, you're saying somewhere in the world there's a McDonald's ice cream machine that's functional. That would be a miracle if that was the case. We always know that McDonald's, they only have an ice cream machine to be able to tell you that it doesn't work. Oh yeah, and the other thing we're going to be doing is using a treadmill while we're here at the same time. So you can redeem points to be able to speed up or slow down the treadmill, and basically for every tile that gets called, the treadmill goes up 1 notch. For every bingo, it goes down by 10. So there's going to be a lot going on in a second. Let me just pop that background music down and let's get started. So we're going to start off by jumping over to the wheel and choosing what game we're going to be playing first today. So here is the current state of the wheel. We have 195 games on this wheel, which is absolutely insane. We are doing our best to work through it and push it down, but it's not happening. So let's give it a spin and see what we're playing first, because it could be absolutely anything on here. Some of these games are hidden gems that people are recommending. Some of them are the cream of the crop of garbage that they would like us to check out. And we're going to be starting today with Orb Tower. So again, make sure you've got your bingo cards at the ready. Let's find out who it was that recommended this game. Orb Tower was recommended by Zonorix, July this year. So this game's only been on here for about a month. That's actually quite impressive. Zonorix had better be in the stream, otherwise I'm going to be quite disappointed in them, because they always seem to miss the stream when their games actually get called, which is hilarious. All right, let's pause the music. We've got a few things to go. Raven, I'm hoping you are ready on your keyboard. I'm going to get started on my treadmill. We'll be on the lowest speed to begin with, and we're going to go up every time we find something that's a tile. So first things first, what is Orb Tower? It's a roguelike bubble puzzler. Choose your school of magic and reach the top of the tower. Chill, pick up, and play feel a nostalgic pixel art and music. Get your staff and prepare to shoot orbastical spells. Okay. I've never heard the word orbastical before. I think that might be made up. And you know what? That's okay. Well done for trying something new, something different. Alright, let's have a look. Let's start with the trailer here, I think. Because we need to check how long it is. It is 49 seconds. So there's our first tile. It is less than 1 minute. Come on, full screen, please. There we go. Classic game. Okay, yep, so far it looks like a normal, like, match 3 puzzle puzzle thing. Roguelike twist, of course. We need a tile for roguelike. We've had so many of them. But I do actually remember this popping up on the Steam front page at one point. I'm always down for this kind of thing where we're mixing some genres together. And you know what? We're going to give this weird genre blend as well. Because this is absolutely a mismatch of genres that we don't normally see, right? So we've got the puzzle bubble formula combined with roguelike, combined with RPG mechanics. So we'll give it that. We could also give it pixel art, because that is 100% it. It even described it as that. It looks pretty solid from what I saw in the gameplay. It looks like it might be a little bit slower paced, but that's okay. These are usually quite thoughtful. It does have less than 200 reviews, so that gives you a free tile in the middle. It was released after 2020. Let's have a look at the developers and publishers here. Vandermarsen Games have done 2 games, Orb Tower and Tiny Folks, which I feel like I have heard of before, interesting enough. And look, in Tiny Folks, they even got me in there. Look! I'm right there! They put me in the game. They didn't ask me about that. Actually, that was just 2022. I started the channel by then. Tinta, welcome. How you doing? Oh, and Raven rightly called out that we do have a new person in chat, so we're going to do that one again. I can reveal that there is an upcoming game that I am actually in, or at least my little avatar is. I'm not going to say which game it is until it releases, but I am in a game. I love that the text-to-speech had no idea how to pronounce your name. Welcome, Greh. Gray, thank you for supporting the channel. That's very, very kind and generous of you. I appreciate that. Okay, so interestingly enough, clicking on the developer takes you to the publisher page. So we can say that that is the same developer and publisher. They are the same. Unfortunately, they've made more than one game though, so we can't call that. Says here it's similar to Realm of the Mad God Exalt. I disagree. I don't think it's similar at all. So, can you please go ahead and mark that that is related games unrelated. There we go. John says works on Steam OS, so Steam Deck compatible. Ooh, okay, that's going to be good. Tinty, you got to do tons of playthroughs to get all achievements. You do so many modes. Yeah, we're never going to get there. Can you check your Steam notifications real quick? Sure. Nothing in there. Just I've got a few things on sale. I did see someone invited me to a test version of a game or something. I will look into that later. But I did get a notification around that. I don't know if that was from you. Steam just went, that's 2D pixel art. Same, right? Absolutely they did. They're like, well, it's pixel art, it's like medieval. Yeah, these two games are definitely the same. We do have one person who's wishlisted it, and we have 2 people who own it. So there's another 2 tiles there. We do have more than one GIF in the store description. Okay, speed's starting to pick up now. We're up to 2.2. We're getting there. We apparently have achievements. We have 22 achievements, so we have more than 20 achievements. We get a tile for that. Update history. What do we got? Show me... Yes, hotfixes and tweaks. The game has been updated. We're getting a lot of tiles on this one. Oh, and we've also got unique in the description right there. I didn't have to search for it. It was right in front of my face. Yep, we've got unique in the description. Steam Deck compatibility actually says unknown for this one, which is interesting. But someone did say it's Steam OS compatible. I assume we were talking about this game, not something else. Where did I see that? Yeah, in the chat. Nope, can't see it there anymore. Also, can someone... Hey, there's Zonorix! I was just about to say, can someone please ping Zonorix in the Discord? Make sure they don't miss out on their game. I was under system requirements. Where did I see that? Oh yeah, SteamOS and Linux. Okay, yeah, perfect. We'll call that. Game Suggester is now in the chat because Zonorix is here. Perfect, that's another tile. Okay, is there anything else on the store page that we need to be looking for? Hey, and they've even got it. Ooh, they've now got it on Android. If this game is good, I absolutely might pick this up on Android. The game is less than $10, so we don't get a tile for that one, unfortunately. Zonik says the game's really fun. It's a roguelike, arcade-ish kind of game. Yeah, I very much got that impression from it. I think it's got a solid concept. I think it's going to be down to how well they iterate on it. Okay, if this game gets a cutscene, you're in. Fingers crossed, Sander. Let's see what it starts with. I think that's all that we can get from here, but always please call out if there are tiles that you need me to check. I'll always stop and have a look and let you guys know. Because no one's got bingo just yet, but we've got a good number of tiles, so we're probably not too far off. I am going to get that one added to the cart. You guys are going to go to the holding screen, have a crack at the Wordle. I'll put some background music back on for you. There we go. Probably about there, should be good. Let me know if anything's too loud. And just as a reminder, you will get a bingo tile if you manage to get the Wordle, so it's worth participating. I always forget that I've changed the settings so that I can't see your suggestions anymore. Right, it was the naive melody, always say work in 15 minutes. Just listen with audio only, it'll be fine. They won't know, just put one earbud in while you're at work. Can we call random generation because it's a roguelike? Let's get into the game and just see how much is random. Zoneric streams super laggy today. Oh, that's interesting. Why are we being laggy? Don't see any issues coming through on the stream side. It says 0% dropped frames, so we should be okay. It might just be YouTube doing YouTube things. That happens. It's been slow since the beginning. Yeah, I'd say that's probably a YouTube problem. I'm not getting, like, Streamlabs isn't reporting any dropped frames or issues, and it's usually pretty good at staying on top of that. Alright, how big was the download size? Let's have a look. Orb Tower. Properties. Where are we? There. It's only 183 megabytes, so definitely not more than a gig. Hey, you got it! That was quick. Correct answer was no one. Yeah, go ahead and mark your bingo tiles. Nicely done. Raven, been okay aside from one stutter. Mostly just enjoying the walkpad sounds because of the broken mic. Sorry about that. Let me actually see if I can just put the gain down a little bit. Oop, wrong way. Let's do that. That looks like it's not getting the background noise as much anymore. How's that? We doing okay? It's not lagging for you. Okay. That's always a good sign. Are we still getting treadmill noises, or is that a bit better now? Now you can't hear me. Love that. A lot quieter now. Okay, we'll just bump it up a little till we can get there. It's the problem with the treadmill. Okay, I'll put back over to here for a sec. Actually, I can kind of see here. We'll go up a little. Yeah, there's a sweet spot here somewhere. Alright, I think about there should be good. I'll just make sure that I'm not talking too quietly. I'm hoping that around this level is coming through okay. Zonorix, if this is solo dev, you get bingo. Don't remember if it is. We will find out soon. John, what if I wore slippers while walking on a treadmill? So, fun fact with that, if I wore slippers while I was on the treadmill, I would get shocked. Because this happened the first few times I tried this. I have to actually wear rubber-soled shoes to make sure that I don't get zapped while I'm using the treadmill. The first few streams I did, every time I went to touch my keyboard after taking a few steps, so I have to wear sneakers while I'm on here, unfortunately. Salad Bucket, hello! Can't say tonight, been a busy while. I just wanted to stop in and wish you all the best. Thank you, I appreciate that. Ooh, 1 second. Just get a fan on in the back there. Crocs. To be fair, Crocs would probably make just as much noise as the sneakers are. I hope we're good though. That done, Raven, your messages are coming through. Not sure why they wouldn't be showing up on your side, but they're coming through fine on my end. Alright, let's jump into Orb Tower. We've got games to play. We've been chatting long enough. We've got things to do. We need to see if these devs are any good. Oh, we have a developer logo straight away. Perfect. Okay, we didn't get a game engine logo, but we got the dev logo, which is always a good start. What have we got here? We have... we got toggles for music and sounds. We'll call that. Zonrix, can you answer my question? It's very important. What did I miss? Does solo dev count artists and musicians, or only the dev account? It does count artists and musicians. If it's solo dev, it needs to be one person. Unless they commissioned someone to make the music and sounds. Not Nick, you check the itch page, seems to be a solo dev. Yeah, if the artists aren't part of the dev team, then it is solo dev. And it sounds like that is going to be the case. Alright, cool. We'll call that. It is solo dev. I think it's solo dev, but has a different musician. Yep, we'll call it. That's solo dev. Does that mean someone's got bingo? What did I miss there? Someone said they can't stay. I missed it. Is that Salad Bucket? Yes. Alright, Zonrix is calling bingo. Also, if you want to try it out, Zonrix, there's a command. If you do exclamation redeem space bingo, that should do a thing. We'll see if it's working today. Oh, wait, you misread. No, it's not bigger than a gig, it's less than a gig. Okay, so no bingo yet then. Okay, no worries. We'll see what else we can find. We might get somewhere. We have screen shakes on and off, which I would call accessibility. So we can mark that one off as well. That is an accessibility option because it makes it much easier to see the screen. Why do we have a question mark here? Oh, here we go. A game made by Pierre Vandermason. There! All I had to do was click that and we figured out that it's a solo dev. Job done. There's a Polish translation. No other translation, it's just Polish. Special thanks to Margot Manatek and the Butched Crew. And then see other games. Yeah. Nice. Ooh, got one of the game's slaps. Oh yes, roll credits. Absolutely, that's another tile. Roll credits. Sorry, Raven, you've got a wall of text going on there. I found this option for more readable text for accessibility. Yeah, pixel fonts can be pretty hit and miss when it comes to it. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes can be very tricky to read. Okay, so far I would say that the music is, it's there. It's not a banger. Let's find out if the game itself is any good. So we're going to start our 30 minutes now that we're getting into some actual gameplay. Alright, School of Magic selection. We have Orb Magic, start with a scope. And then we have a bunch of wizards that don't want to show their faces. Okay. Easy, 15 floors, and then everything else is locked. Okay, it's very much railroading you into a start. Correct resolution? No idea. There were no resolution options. It's just full screen, so it's whatever resolution it wants to be. Given the size of the cursor, I would say it's not 4K. I would say it's probably 1080p. Alright. Ooh, just going to pop that music back down a little bit, actually. That bumped up pretty quickly. We're about there. Alright, let's see what the tutorial's like. Aim with your mouse, left click to shoot an orb. Okay. Orb clusters break when they form a group of 3 or more. Orbs can contain coins. Oh, we have currency. Mark that one off. Borderless full screen, yes it is actually, because I can bounce over out of the screen onto the other one. So it is borderless full screen, go ahead and mark that one off. Orbs can contain coins, break them to earn +1 coin, fair enough. And that was it. Nice. I would say that's a good tutorial. It got the job done, it wasn't any longer than it needed to be, it wasn't overly verbose. It's a good tutorial. We'll just break those. Why would you give me that? That's useless. I can't do anything with that. We'll put you over there. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Okay. We'll bounce terribly. That wasn't quite where I wanted you to go. That was closer. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Out of spells. Oh! You're limited with the number of shots you get. Interesting. Ooh. Well, this is great. I can't buy anything because I only have 9 coins. Cool. Well, next floor then. Mamu, thank you for the kind words. I'm not quite sure why, but the latest video kind of just failed to gain traction with, like, anyone. It just kind of came out and has done its own thing. Alright, so I'm guessing the number down here is the number of spells that I have left. Yes, because it goes down every time I click. That missed. That went in the right way. Oh, yeah, I totally meant to do that. Alright, fine, let's get rid of that. Because I'm guessing what we really want to do is prioritize coins so that we can buy things in the shop. Ah, and the ones that we miss make us take damage. I see. Yeah, this is a roguelike bubble pop game, which is a neat idea. Does it count as an upgrade system? I don't know if it counts as an upgrade system, but I definitely say it counts as an inventory. Because we store items on the side here, so we have inventory / equipment. I don't know if we have an upgrade system yet, because I've not been able to improve anything. Mamu, weird, thought it was a really entertaining and interesting one. Forgot to leave a comment there. There's still time, it's not going anywhere. Honestly, I think it's just because it's a much longer video, it's always going to appeal to a different audience. I'm not going to buy a health potion, I want to wait and actually see if we can get something good. We're currently playing Orb Tower, which is pretty chill, to be honest. Okay, get rid of all of those, get rid of those, go for the coin over there, get rid of that one. Oh, good, the game's actually giving us what we need for a change. Look at that, perfect! I am good at games. Okay, no damage and extra money. Neon, destructible environment. You know what? Yeah, I'll give it. I'll absolutely give destructible environment. Oh, okay. So, we can earn 1 coin every time you break a cluster of 5 or more air orbs, or get 1 additional spells per floor. Is that cumulative? I'm guessing it is. Yeah, we have destructible environment as a tile. Absolutely. Ooh, you know what? Not a nick? Yeah, non-standard weapons for sure. I'll 100% give you non-standard weapons. See, I'm always down to award tiles if you can make a good argument for it. I think we need to prioritize money here, so we're going to go for this one. Also, I love the design of the shopkeeper. You know what? We can actually take the mana potion as well. Let's do it. Oh, someone's called bingo. Hang on. Pause. Pause. Pause all the things. Who called it? I missed that. Was that... That was not a nick. Okay. Let me have a look. Sorry, I gotta keep walking. I gotta multitask here. We are looking here. Bring this back up so I can make sure it's working properly. View cards. What about procedural generation? You know what? Yes, I think it is procedural generation. Okay, we are looking for not a nick. No? Not a nick called bingo, but that's... I'm not seeing it there. What did I miss? Is it Neon Wyvern. Ouch. Did I miss something? I swear it was not a nick called bingo, right? Not a nick, you successfully redeemed bingo for 1 Aurum. Unless it was someone else that you were calling it for. Oh, your card reset, so I hope it didn't bug. It looks like it has reset on mine, unless you have another card somewhere. Let me just search for Nick. Ah, there we go, yeah, it's given you 2 cards. Here's the one we're looking for. So, not a nick managed to get destructible environment, borderless full screen, less than 200 reviews, currency, and non-standard weapons. Well done! That is indeed a bingo! Congratulations! Ooh, that is going to bump you up to tied first place. Let me just award you your points. Not a nick goes up to 5. And we'll fix that on the stream board as well. I haven't found an easy way to be able to get these two things linked together yet. So it's a bit of a manual process, but we've got it. Okay. Perfect. Not a nick. Solidifying second place with 5 points. And this means we are now going to reset for the bingo. So I'll just close those. Here we go. So we're going to move to the 6x6, but all the cold tiles still count. I will shuffle everyone's cards. So scramble and clear, here we go. So just make sure that yours gets updated. And then start filling everything out. So you might actually be able to get yourself into the right spot to be able to get that 6x6 and earn yourself 2 points. Richard, you're usually alone here, but if you see some others in Twitch, if we can hit 5 in Twitch, reckon and get the follower count up, Greg could reach affiliate. You're darn right, I absolutely could. Fingers crossed we get a few more people over there. I think the only conditions I'm missing, I think you have to get like 15 followers, and we're up to like 10 or 11 or something at the moment. And we need to average 3 followers for X number of streams. So as you increase in one, you'll naturally increase in the other, and maybe we'll get there eventually. Okay. That was a pretty darn good bingo, by the way. Well done. Ah, mild cold bingo as well, but it was just a little too slow on there. Alright, I need to put my speed down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because we've got a bingo. Beautiful. That makes it a little bit easier to concentrate. I'm going to get back into the game. No, I don't want to go back to the main menu. Wrong button. Restart the timer. Does the free space of less than 200 reviews not always come up? It does not. It's only there for the 5x5 and for the 6x6. Okay. We'll just wait for a second. Wait for it. Go! Beautiful. I will admit it is kind of hard to aim things when you're walking at the same time, but we're going to make the best of it. We'll get there, we'll get there. Beautiful. Bonus coin. That gets us bonus coin because of our thing. Look at us. We're on fire. We can do it. Okay. What have we got going on? It's nice to see others here. Watch Grail for a while, but never managed to make it to the stream till now. I'm glad you managed to make it to a stream, Mal. It's always nice having a good crew to hang out with. Yeah, it's always more chatters on YouTube than Twitch, and to be fair, that's because I started streaming on YouTube first, and the audience has kind of grown from there. If you're ever blocked by a singular tile, don't forget that you can spend stream points to call a free tile for everyone. Costs a decent number of points, but it's always good fun. Yeah, random generation absolutely should be called if it hasn't been already. Rich is here every week, hoping one gets selected. Maybe today is the day. We'll find out soon. Oh, okay. Wait. Didn't I buy the mana potion before? The mana potion's like a one-off? Or does it just get consumed? It doesn't hang out in your inventory. Ooh. Okay, because I kind of want to test on the next floor, do I get 12? Well, let's find out. Let's go to the next floor. Mana potion's consumed. Okay. Alright, we have a boss. Medusa. Morph. Morph orbs change type when touched. Okay, that's kind of cool. So that means that if I hit these with green, the ones behind it will also turn green? No, that will turn green when I hit them with one. Oh, that makes them easy to destroy, so I can just do that and set off a chain reaction. Right? And if I get this one in the right spot, there. Ah, that didn't do what I thought it would do. Well, that's just disappointing. Okay, but if I go for this spot here, then surely that should do all of them, right? Well, it would if I managed to get it in the right spot. Let's try here. What? Useless. Oh, because they're turning into that. Okay. I don't know how to fix that. That's a problem. I might be able to get those ones at the back. Nope. Yikes. Okay, at least those ones don't hurt. That was an interesting boss fight. I kind of understood that mechanic, but that's fine. Oh, do we get dialogue box? Yeah! Yeah, you get dialogue box for that. How's the OST so far? I would say it's good. I don't know if it's a banger just yet. Your Majesty, your scribe begs of you a little more release room. Oh, hang on, sorry, it's shifted to the side. There you go. You should be able to do space to the right-hand side of it. Basically, from where your text ends all the way across to the right-hand side of the screen, that is all available space for you. Is the music original? Yes, it is. How did we miss that? Thank you, Sky. It is an OST. Absolutely it is. Does being able to choose a character somehow count as a branching narrative? I don't think I can give that. There's been no story so far. We will take the Earth Rune because we need more cash. And we're just going to hope that we don't take 13 damage on the next floor. And now we have spikes on the side. Okay, they're introducing new mechanics. Also, why has no one called health as a tile yet? Come on, guys. We absolutely have health as a tile. See, I don't want this orb right now. I can't squeeze you through there, and I can't bounce you off the wall. You're useless. So let's make a path through that one, so at least on the next one I can get to there. Why did you... Achievement Boomerang. Did I catch that? Catch a cast spell. I thought that missed. No one's redeemed anything yet. I don't think so. Okay. Let's get you up there. Beautiful. That gets rid of that. That gets rid of that. We only have one. Okay, we take 3 damage. That could have been worse. Is lives tile the same as health? No. So lives would be if you run out of health and you have a separate mechanic. Lives and health are separate mechanics. Okay. I can't buy anything with my 9 coins. So that was fun. Yeah, so far like my description of the OST is funky. That was a good shot. Why do you give me this? This is useless. Just 2 in a row? Seriously, game? There are like 4 different colors you could be giving me here. Thank you. We'll do it on this side to get rid of as many as possible. And then we're going to try and do a little skillful bounce around. I think aiming about here-ish. Oh no! I messed up! It's fine, it's fine. We're going to try and thread the needle here. Go! Yeah, that's how we do it. And we're going to try and do that again. Ooh. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I think it is. About here and... Ah! It wasn't worth it, chat. I messed up. Okay. That's the end of the run. Because I suck. And then there is no upgrade mechanic. Okay. Definitely no upgrade mechanic. Yeah, ball can't go out of bounds. Mr. Inopportune, hello. Why'd you say hello? Weren't you here before? Am I going crazy? Who are you saying hello to? Oh, good point, Sunrix. Game over screen. Heck yes. Oh, Mr. Kiwi. I didn't see Mr. Kiwi. Oh, there we go. Kiwi Lover 177. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by to check out the stream. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. No one's managed to get the 7x7 bingo yet. Sky, you are absolutely right. How has nobody called the magic tile yet? Like, come on. This game is all about magic. Haven't seen any aliens yet. We have to complete a run with this guy to be able to do anything. Alright, let's give it another crack. We haven't completed any difficulty. I just suck. John called it 3 times. John, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I did not see it in the chat there. I'm doing my best to keep an eye on it, but I don't want to spend all my time on chat when there's games to play as well. You know what I mean? It's all about balance, and I am not very good at balance, because if you've seen any of my previous streams, you know that I am liable to fall off this damn treadmill. Okay, go there, we go there. This takes me right back to my childhood, because honestly, like, one of the first games that I had on Game Boy Color, I think it was a puzzle bobble game. It's been like a long time since I played a game like this, but it exists. And it's kind of nice to see this genre get reinvented a little bit, because like, how many things can you do in this, like, with these mechanics, right? So it's nice to see something being a little bit more inventive. I'm curious to see, whoops, what additional mechanics they implement. Let's go a rebound off that way. I was hoping they'd do the like gravity or connection mechanic, where if something's no longer connected to the ceiling, it like breaks and falls down. Okay, that wasn't possible with 10 orbs, but fine. Needle, 50% chance to destroy lonely orbs. See, that sounds pretty cool. Let's go for the air one again. That helped me out nicely last time. Okay. Yeah, all the cold tiles are on the big list on screen, so if you're jumping into the bingo late, you can just fill out your card with everything that's there. Okay. This one is interesting, because you don't want to block yourself from the greens too early. There we go. So this is where the needle would have been quite helpful. So as long as I don't miss, we're good. Cleared it. 1 extra coin. Thank you, game. That's so generous. Oh, Exy can't hear anything anymore. You must have hit mute somewhere then. Audio's definitely still coming through on my side. It's just quiet. X gon' give it to you. And by giving it to you, they mean giving you nothing. Everything is broken. Alright, I am going to call it now because we've had a little bit of time to get into it. I'm going to say that the game slaps and the OST is a banger. So go ahead and mark off both of those. Multi-orb changes type based on what it touches. Isn't that cheating? That sounds like cheating. So, Mamu, technically there aren't separate sound sliders, we had separate sound toggles, but the fact that they were separate, we're going to count it. The noise started glitching for a few seconds, then completely silent. I'm assuming you've tried refreshing the stream? It's probably the way to go. Yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be like a single shot and that only comes up every now and then, but I want to test it. Because there seems to be some interesting mechanics at play here. Mamamoo calling bingo. Okay, pause. Let's check Mamamoo's bingo. Mamamoo. There we are. Oh, yep, I see it. Wait, Daniel went first. Oh, did I miss it there? Hang on. Someone's saying Daniel was first. I don't see Daniel in the chat. I wasn't sure if this was considered a magic tile, otherwise I would have called. I mean, magic is definitely it. Hang on, am I not seeing things like... Whoa, no, go away. That wasn't meant to come up. Yeah, I'm seeing all messages, and it's not just top. Mamamoo said it first? Okay. Mamamoo tried to do it first. Oh wait, no, they did a bingo redeem. I didn't see it. Oh, of course, because I can't see the exclamation commands anymore. We're filtering those out. Okay, we'll call it then. If non-Nick was first... Raven's getting some freezing. Okay. Wait, hang on. Where was it? Not a Nick. It was... Oh, sorry, Daniel. We'll check Daniel. It was a close one then from the sound of it. Daniel MC. Yeah, they did get it as well. Oh, no. This is going to be contentious. We're back and forth. We're saying Mamu went first. Mamu tried to do the command first. Oh, no. I'm trying to look back through and I can't see on there who actually managed to call it first. Non-Nick said only one shot. Mamu said bingo, and then I don't remember the command. And then Daniel MC said, what was the command again? That's what I saw on mine. Give it to both? You know what? I think that would feel fair. I feel like Mamu tried first, but Domus said the wrong command. Okay. I reckon we might be able to give it to both, because they came through at the same time, and I can't verify who got it first. Need to remember the done command. Yeah. Bit unfortunate. Alright, so this is Daniel's one. Managed to get new person in chat, similar games unrelated, pixel art, more than 20 achievements, dev logo, and soundtrack slaps. Absolutely, we'll give that. Well done, Daniel. Congratulations. And if we go back to Mamamoo, Mamamoo managed to get, yeah, here we go, vertical column, less than 200 views, separate sound sliders, game suggestor in chat, thank you for being here, Zonarix, trailer less than 1 minute, game has been updated, and release date after 2020. Okay, well done. Round of applause for our two winners there. Give me a second to go ahead and allocate those points. Mamamoo extending the lead up to 7. And this is going to be... Ooh, okay, hang on. Give me a second to figure all this out. Daniel MC. Let me just grab your name from there. Okay. Daniel MC climbing onto the board with 2 points. I don't think it's quite enough to get you into the top 5 though, but you're getting pretty close. One more point will get you in the top 5 easy. Okay. Leaderboard. Mamamoo up to 7. Dang. That is the most points I think we've had in any of these bingo streams. That's incredible. And now the fun part. Now we move to the 7x7. There we go. Edit there. 7x7. We make sure that the center square is the free space, so it's there for everyone. And we'll go ahead and scramble and clear. Beautiful. Alright, that is done. Go ahead and get started on your cards. YouTube chat, what's it like over on one YouTube? Like, honestly, it's pretty much the same. Twitch has more interactive stuff that you can do, but only once you become an affiliate on there. I think YouTube is actually a better place to start streaming and grow an audience. It also seems to be easier to get discovered. There we go, time is going again. Let's carry on, because we're doing a good run so far, and by so far, I mean, actually we've done 4 levels, we're almost up to the boss fight. Here we go, so here's our magical colour changing orb that we can just put wherever we want, so have at thee. Okay, and we'll get that one right in the middle. Get ourselves some bonus coins. Did I get that one right there? Yeah, that's how we do it. Nudge that one into that spot. Like a boss. There we go. Now I'm finally getting the hang of it. That done, Raven. Grey, mind if you leave for the day? You don't need to ask me for permission. You hang out for as long as you want to hang out. Raven's got bingo covered for today, so you are welcome to do what you need to do. I just appreciate you being here. How much does free space cost? I think it's 25 points from memory. We're still trying to find the sweet spot for it, but I think that's where we set it to begin with. Okay. Fire rune and 1 coin. Yeah, or do we save up for something like the coupon for cheaper shop prices? I think the needle might be worth saving for, so let's hold out cash for now. Because we have to get at least 10 5 or more combos for this just to pay itself off. I think we don't want to spend too much money too early on. Hey, the boss. Oh, we have a new boss fight. The art for that is great, by the way. Okay, poison left at the end of the level deals... Poison left at the end of the level deal 2 damages. I'm going to head and call that typo. We definitely had game over screen earlier, Daniel. That one should be marked off. Oh, we had another bingo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring my speed back down. And then this is definitely a typo, so we go up by 1. Okay. Yeah, the boss fight music especially is funky, and I like it. So we need to Get rid of as many of these as we can. And they grow? Well, that's just rude. How do I deal with you? We go there. What a shot. You can get up in there. You're a multicolour changing one. Oh, let's take advantage of this for sure. There we go. Get rid of all of those. The game has broken. We broke it! It doesn't know what to give me anymore. Oh no. Is it because I used the color changing orb on the poison? It now doesn't know what color to give me? I actually can't do anything. Even the orb down the bottom stopped moving from side to side. That's interesting. Sky, does ground missing multiple people saying magic tile count as ground missing something important? You know what? Yes, it does. This is definitely a glitch slash bug, so go ahead and mark that one off as well. Holy cow, we're getting everything on here. That's unfortunate, because that run was going really well. I don't think there's anything I can do. Okay. Why does pressing escape not go back to the game? You have to click the X. You can press escape to pause, and you press escape a second time, and it just pauses again. Dev has YouTube, you found it. Okay, we'll count that. Yeah, there's no way to save the run. So I think if I go back to main menu... Our progress will be saved. Okay, let's see if this fixes it. We'll go back, and this should let us pick up from where we were. Have a save run on this device. Oh, someone's called bingo. I heard the little thing. Holy cow, that was quick. Not a Nick has redeemed it. Okay. Let me just check that that's the right one. We'll take a look. Where are we? Cards? There is no 8x8 board. We've gone as far as we can. Nick. Nope. That didn't work. Aha. Ooh, got it on the diagonal as well. Holy cow. So, let's just verify. Not a Nick is claiming. Roll credits. Yes. Game suggester in chat. Yep. Glitch or bug found. Yep. I bet you weren't expecting that one. Less than 200 reviews. Game has been updated. Dev YouTube channel and same developer and publisher. Congratulations, Not a Nick. That's incredible. Well done. I don't think we can be mad about that. That's one heck of a bingo. That means that we actually pause bingo until we get to the next game. Jeez, you guys are on fire today. Also, this game was just been the gift that keeps on giving. So Not a Nick claims 3 points, jumping from 5 to 8 and stealing the lead from Mamamoo. Whew, it is tough at the top of the board. Very sorry, Mamamoo, that puts you down one spot. Boom, Not a Nick there with 8 points. Get rid of the blank space. Okay. Congratulations. Yeah, now we just get to enjoy the game for a little bit before we move on to the next one. Base cringe, just needed aliens. So close. There were no aliens to be found in the Magic game, though. That is another bingo, so I can go down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2.3. A lot more manageable. Nicely done. Alright, let's see. If I continue, is it still bugged? Let's try this again. If I do the same thing, it's fine that time. So I don't know why it decided to freak out from that move. How odd. Because usually if you do the same thing, it'll replicate it, but not that time. So whatever it was something very unusual. Alright, put that there. So how have I been to get rid of the poisoned ones then? Because I'm not getting an orb to deal with poison. Ah, there we go. Shaboom! Okay. Only took 1 damage from all of that. That feels like a success to me. We have 16 coins. Shields from 5 damage per floor. Dude, that's huge. And then the sandwich is way more efficient than the health potion because that heals 5 every time. Yeah. Let's get the amulet with 2 T's. Is an amulet. Daniel heading out. Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful sleep. Hopefully see you next time. One of the bosses will be a screenshot this. Possibly, yeah. Is the time meant to be paused? No, it's not. We'll restart that. Thank you for the reminder. I swear, sometimes there's so many things to keep track on here, it's very easy to miss something like that. But yeah, we've got a second typo now. Alright, let's carry on. Ooh, pikes. They're pikes, not spikes. They're different. Destroy your orb, then deal 2 damages when touched. Okay, well, let's not touch them. That seems like the obvious solution. We're going to clear some of that so we've got an easier path towards some of the greens. Get rid of that one so we guarantee the coin. We have to try and thread the needle through there. That's going to be fun. We can do that. We go there. Oh, that was so beautiful. So beautiful. I can't actually... Oh, Skylike is now following. Thank you, Sky. Appreciate that. Just grow the audience a little bit more. Wow, cool. Just here to embarrass myself, I guess. Alright, we'll just sneak around that one. There. I've only got 3 shots left, so how do I get rid of as much as possible? This is working. There we go. And if I get that one, beautiful, and we're shielded from the remaining 4 damage. Perfect! This is all going according to plan. Oh, YouTube keeps lagging too much for you. I don't know if you're using an ad blocker, but I have noticed YouTube, either on live streams or even on regular videos, will lag quite badly if you're using an ad blocker. Don't know how they've implemented it, don't know if it's on purpose, but either way, it feels bad. Yeah, Mediate's got a lot of Aurum to spend. There we go. I will admit that there is a very slight element of pay to win with the bingo, considering that if you super chat, it earns you additional points to spend on the channel. Also, that was one hell of a shot on that last one. I'm very happy with that. Get rid of those, get rid of those, and boom, cleared it. That was beautiful. Yeah, I just don't use a Chromium-based browser. 100% agree. If we were still playing bingo, it would have been perfect for the Graeldon, something called the immediately fail style. I think we actually removed that one, unless I'm mistaken. Sky, regular vids are fine for me, except intentionally pausing the video to buffer at the start thanks to ad blockers. Yeah, it is so infuriating, and I will admit that that problem is pretty much the only reason why I went and got YouTube Premium. What did I see there? Yeah, Kiwi Lover, welcome to the better platform. It works. Crowd just didn't like being called out on that title. No, it's actually just that it didn't come up often enough. I'm usually too competent. Who did I see there? Rat Gamer, welcome. How you doing, Rat? Welcome back. Alrighty. What do we got here? Is now the time to get a new rune to get some more cash flow coming in? You know what? Let's do it. Let's get the... We tend to get quite a few... You know, if I were designing a game like this, here's what I would do. I would present the player with a choice of runes like this to be able to increase your cash flow through making large matches, right? But then what I would do is I'd make it so that as soon as you purchase a rune for a specific color of orb, I would decrease the percentage chance of that orb appearing. Just to really troll the player, you know? There we go. Yeah, so we're not even going to be able to get a match of 5 or more here unless we artificially construct it. Okay, clear out those. Also, I keep on thinking they're little heart orbs, but I suppose they're meant to be little flames. That's close enough. Amen for YouTube Premium. I watch too much content here to be slowed down with ads. Yeah, and they've actually made a what do they call it? It's like a duo premium subscription for couples, which is actually a pretty affordable way of doing it. Previously, you had to do the family subscription, which was like up to 4 people on the same plan. It just was not worth it. Huh, you can double stack the multi-orbs. I don't think that's worthwhile. Crystal Ball, see the next spell. That's pretty cool. I do also like that the health potion there is consistent, so you pretty much, it looks like you know that you're always going to get it. Okay. Oh, I just realized we haven't got the cat cam on here. Hang on. Put that back on. You guys have been missing out. That could have been there the whole time. You just didn't tell me. Gus, your dad bought a family plan, and we do indeed use all four. Yeah, I'm so glad that they do have at least the family plans, because those are a more affordable way of being able to do the membership. I'm still not a fan of the fact of having to get YouTube membership at all, because I've been using YouTube since the days when it was just a free platform for everyone. But no, monetization will always get in the way. Ooh, that was slick. There we go. That. Okay, see now that counts as the Grail does something cool and then immediately messes up. That was shocking. There we go, that's what we want. Clear out those ones. And there. Base Cringe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, mate. Welcome to the channel. Okay. Yeah, and we don't have to worry about the other ones. They're done. Easy. We've been binge watching King of the Hill to get to the new season. I'll admit, I have not watched any King of the Hill other than what I've been exposed to through memes. Okay. Oh, we can double stack the amulets. Oh, we're gonna be invincible. Yes. Okay, that's cool. I thought they would be unique items, but they're not. So now I'm immune to 10 damage. Mermaid, bring it on. Let's go. I could do almost literally nothing and still be fine. Okay. I feel like that's maybe a little bit overpowered, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's just clear those ones out up the back. Ooh. I think if we aim for here, do we get both? No, we just get one, and it gives us the smaller one because of course it does. It's giving us a lot of obstacles in the way, and I'm not a fan of that. I can sneak it up there, though. Look at that. Okay, one there, and then there, and we're done. Floor cleared, don't even need to worry about it. Regicide achievement, clear a boss level. Well, yeah, 100% cleared that. Yeah, we're playing Orb Tower at the moment. This is pretty cool. Kiwi Lover, hate subscriptions so bad. One-time payment is 10x better. I 100% agree. It's honestly why I kind of like the super chat function over on YouTube, because it does allow you to do just a one-off payment if you like what your streamer is doing. Ooh, okay. This is gross. Let's just clear out some of that. Pop you there, pop you there. Sure, you can go that way. There's no real tactics. For crying out loud, why? Fine, let's fix that problem. And that one, and then we just got poison ones. Seriously? This is my last shot. Let's make it count. There we go. And I'm immune to all that damage because screw you, that's why. 100% normal human, join late. What is this game called? Kind of want to play it. This is Orb Tower. It is a tower where you shoot orbs. It's kind of it. This would be a great game for Android devices, or mobile devices in general, really, but I know it's available on Android. I don't know if it's available on iOS. Ooh, where do we put you? Yeah, just up the back. Let's get a nice match there, get some bonus coins. I think we're doing all right on this one. We might actually let the run go on a little bit longer, because we are actually just cruising through this one, and I kind of want to see what happens when we get to the top of the tower. Okay, nice. We definitely can't do it in the next 40 seconds. Cleared at least 8 floors in a single run. We're getting all the achievements. Gunpowder. Bombs are more powerful. We've not even seen a bomb. I could also just get the amulet and shield from another 5. You know what? We're doing it. We're going all in on the amulet here. Death Girl, the real reason teenagers shouldn't be allowed on the internet, regrettable usernames. Yeah, you're kind of right about that. There are many regrettable usernames out there. I'm sure everyone's had at least one cringy username. I think there was one game I played where the username I used was Wingnut. Ooh, okay, that was a complete miss. Not what I was aiming for at all, but that was kind of cool. They'll let you do that. There we go. Yeah, all the amulet. If we can't take any damage, we can't lose. Simple. It's just logic, right? All I have to do is not suck on the majority of my shots. Like that. And we'll be totally fine. Like, even now, I could do absolutely nothing and still win. So I think here we might... Yeah, we're going to take, like, 2 damage from this one. In fact, in order to take less damage, it is going to be beneficial for me to not let this stick to anything. I say as I let it stick to a thing. But still, I'm not going to take any damage. Nothing here can hurt me. Freaky Feline, welcome. Had your username since you were, like, 13. To be fair, that's a... We can do more amulet. Slime, slow down the aim. Now that's fine. We're just doing more amulet. We're immune to 20 damage. This is ridiculous. It feels maybe slightly unbalanced. Hard to say. Okay, chuck that up there. We're gonna do the boss fight after this floor, and then we're going to put it to the vote to what we do next. Ooh, that was a bad shot. Absolute amateur hour here. There we go. Bit of extra cash. Yeah, this game doesn't have match balance. You're telling me. I don't think we actually need... Oh, actually, we could just go for the multi-orb to make life easy. Yeah, let's get another multi-orb. No, oh, will you do it? Inventory. Okay, there's limited inventory space. That's how they're balancing it. We're just going to do the next floor then. I think we're good. I don't think... Oh, actually, this is going to be the top of the tower, so we can sell one of these. Because why not, right? Can we get... Yeah, we can do this, because we don't need more money anymore. We're at the top of the tower, right? Let's just sell all of these. Can I sell that one? No? It's... Am I done? Where did the sell option go? There. Thank you. Okay, and we'll buy that. And we will... Do we top up our health? We're not going to take damage. We'll just get the multi-orb. Why not? This is going to be fine. The Dark King. Okay, this doesn't look so bad. We'll pop that one there. You there. Ooh, didn't quite go where I wanted, but that's fine. Give it a second. There we go. We can get rid of the poison. Oh, I missed. Okay, okay. Nice. Oh, amateur hour right there. Did that board just get shuffled? It did. Okay, that's interesting. Needle, okay. Cool. Removes just a standalone orb. Get rid of another one for me. Yep, that one there. Nice. The shuffle mechanic's kind of annoying. That needle is working overtime. Oh no, I take 5 damage. Oh, it's terrible. I still win. Untouched. Reach the last floor of the tower. Stats, 143 gold, 142 spells casted, which is bad grammar. Orbs destroyed, 599 because we just missed one at the end there. Biggest casted 14, health loss 12. That's nothing. And then it's a restart. So what happens now? We've unlocked a new mage. Ah, and that's the guy with the bombs. Pierre van der Meissen. Good job. Fun little game. Could do with a little more length and complexity, but overall, pretty decent. So, I'm going to pause the timer. It is the time for democracy now. And of course, I didn't actually bring up the thing that lets me do the poll because I'm a dum-dum. That's the button that I need. It's going to be over to you guys to vote for whether you actually want to see 30 more minutes of this or if it's time to move on to something else. So, vote is on screen. It's either exclamation vote spin or exclamation vote continue, depending on what you want to see happen next. Let me see if I can actually catch up on some of the stuff here. What heals bad grammar? It shouldn't be spells casted, it should just be spells cast. Yeah, Zonrix was right. Mediate, 100% normal human. Yours was just a female Foxy, basically, so you feel you. I was talking about the the cringeworthy usernames. Alright, I'll reveal this. It would have been when I was like 14 or 15 or something. I think I made my first like online account. It was RuneScape because, of course, it was. That was kind of, you know, first online experience. The username that I chose was the Number Devil, which is such an obscure reference to a very niche book about, I don't even 100% remember. I think there's a book about a boy who basically makes a deal with the devil to learn mathematics. And that was my first username. Absolutely terrible. So I went from the Number Devil to Wingnut, because I was inspired from the Lord of the Rings movies, which were done in collaboration with like, I think it was like Wingnut. It was one of like the groups that they worked with. It was like Wingnut Studios or something. And then I landed on Graeldon and have stuck with it since then. There we go. Number Devil sounds like a villain in Chainsaw Man. It kind of does, but like not a very good one. It'd be one of those villains that turns up for like a single episode and gets absolutely obliterated while they're on their way to the actual big bad, right? How did Graeldon come to be? It was one that I created while I was playing Lord of the Rings online. When you're creating a character, they give some guidance for, you know, how like elvish names or dwarven names are generally built within the lore of the Lord of the Rings universe in terms of Middle Earth. Yeah, we can shorten the poll for later. But basically, by following some of the rules for elvish names, I managed to create Graeldon, and I kind of liked it and stuck with it. All right, poll has closed. We have voted to spin the wheel. Fantastic. All right, we're going to move on to another game. Thank you very much for the suggestion, Zonrix. That was good fun. I've enjoyed my time with it. For the devs as well, I think you've created a fantastic game. Needs a little bit more polish and just tidying up in some areas. I would say that if anything, it actually just needs to be longer. A little bit more complexity would be a good thing. But maybe that comes from the later games. So the later rounds when you've got different characters and things like that. It might be we just didn't get to it. Okay. Mamu, pretty sure your first online experience was Club Penguin. Classic. Yeah, we might drop the poll duration down to a minute. I think that'll be probably the better way to go. All right, over to the wheel. Orb Tower removed. Coming up next, what are we playing? We are going to be playing... Ooh, this one's been on here for a while. Road to Bhalla. Could you imagine if this is basically the same game with a different theme? This would be incredible. Graeldon is an Elder Scrolls reference? No, it's a Lord of the Rings reference. Road to Bhalla. Oh, no, this is very different. Okay, let's get the bingo cards refreshed so that we are ready to go. We need to put this back to the 5x5. Come on, internet, you can do it. There we go. Center squares, free space. Save. And what I'm going to do, just to make things easier, I'm going to delete all cards. So you'll be prompted to basically start from scratch. Apologies if you had already started, but that's where we're kicking off. Also, Raven, I just noticed that you put the commands up the top there. I really appreciate you doing that. That's very kind. Yeah, it's just a ball-related stream today. Don't know why. Okay, Pancake! Welcome, how you doing, Pancake Sparkle? Good to see you. Was this a tiny build game, is it? I didn't see that. Zonrix, thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. This is a tiny build published game. Okay, let's get moving. Game 2, bingo round 2, more points to earn. Let's do it. Yeah, shout out for Raven doing an amazing job on the bingo tiles. Okay, Road to Bhalla definitely has less than 200 reviews. We're going up on the speed. It was not released after 2020. Developer and publisher are different, and Torched Hill has done more than one game. They've also done City of Beats, which looks sick. I just like that kind of like neon cyberpunk aesthetic, which reminds me that I still need to play Cyberpunk 2077. I am way behind on that. QB11, no, it said a pun. I'm so angry. Wait, I missed that. I missed the pun. Oh, roll and be trolled on your journey to the legendary place called Bhalla. Follow the beat to overcome deadly hazards in sync with the music. Style your balls and marble at awful puns in the role-playing game of the... Okay, there's the pun. There it is. Do we need to make a new tile for puns? Alright, let's keep moving through. Let's start off by actually watching the trailer, shall we? It is 1 minute and 12 seconds, so no dice on that one. It is also a bit loud. Let's pop that down. Okay, let's actually make it so you guys can see it. Would you enter a hole that clearly says do not enter? Yes. Yes, I would. Reminds me of some of the old Marble Madness style games. Okay, this game's got a sense of humour. I always appreciate that. Pun is a free space. It absolutely should be. So just a reminder, with your points, you can suggest new tiles to add in as well. Easy mode, press any button to win. Hang on, what's going on with the resolution here? Come on, give me 1080p internet, you can do it. Alright, so we subscribe to the Prometheus school of running away from things. If you get that reference, you're a real one. Okay, don't touch the bad things. There's going to be a lot of deaths here, I think. Road to Bhalla. See, that would have been a good spot to... Exiting the game's not yet implemented. Oh no! See, that's the kind of dumb sense of humor that I really like. That's brilliant. Alright, what do we got going on here? The game is more than $10. We do have a separate OST, so yep, we've got OST. That's good. Let's see, we have 3 people that already own the game. No one's wishlisted it. It says it's similar to Portal 2. I 100% disagree. I have not seen a single portal in this game. I've seen teleporters. I didn't see portals. And I didn't see a portal gun. So I'm going to say related games, unrelated. For everything else, let's have a look. Achievements, we've got more than 20. Steam Deck compatibility is a yes. It has full controller support. It does not have any trading cards, which is unfortunate. We've missed the few minutes worth of the list now. I think Raven's working on it, just hasn't hit update yet. I'm sure they're getting there. Otherwise, it could be very unfortunate timing and they just couldn't add and missed everything. Oh, who suggested this game? Good question. I will double check. Road to Bhalla. I didn't actually look at that, so let me find out for you. Road to Bhalla was from Architectured in December 2023. Okay. What else do we have? Ooh, okay, we have got a developer website. At least I hope it's a developer website. It says Road to Bhalla in the thing, so I'm assuming it's not Tiny Build. Love that the first line is, do you have the balls? Fantastic. Rhythm-driven ball roller. I haven't even gotten into the game yet, but I'm already going to say that this is definitely a weird genre blend. Okay. We have a Twitter and a Discord. We don't have a YouTube linked, but I did see a YouTube video linked, so they definitely have a dev YouTube. Yes, Skylark, as you said. We've got update notes, so the game has been updated. Okay, there's a lot going on here. We have a GIF in the store description. Excellent. Do we have the word unique anywhere? Huh. We actually don't. That's a bit concerning. How do we not have that here? Okay, everything else looks pretty straightforward. I don't want to get spoiled by looking too much into those. We already said it was Steam Deck compatible. I think that's everything we need from here. No unique should be done. No. Well, I mean, look, if you want to suggest it, I'll add it in. That feels like a little bit cheaty, but oh well. Mediate non-standard movement. Yeah, I'll give you that. We're not walking, we're rolling. It wouldn't be unique if there was the word unique in the description. I mean, yeah, weirdly enough, I think the most unique games are the ones that don't try to claim that they're unique. How much do new tiles cost? I think it's either 20. I think it's 20. I think I made the free space one the most expensive. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. I made it a couple of weeks ago. Alright. Road to Bhalla. I will get that purchased. You guys are going over to the holding screen for a second. I'll put some background music on for you. Have a crack at Wordle while I get this ready to go. Also, good lord, the treadmill is making me work hard today. Okay. I wonder how big this... I feel like this is going to be more than 1 gigabyte. Also, I have 390,000 Steam points. I have no idea what to do with them. I might have to do a thing where I just, like, give out a whole bunch of rewards to people. Ooh, 183 megabytes is the download size. That's smaller than I would have thought. I was the publisher's YouTube. Done. Okay. I go down a step. We will check the file size, though. Now that it's installed. 480 megabytes. No luck. Oh. Alright, and I get to pause for a minute while you guys actually work through the Wordle. Raven, I think it's going to be a lot of fourth wall breaks. I think you might be right on them. No, the play game command should be working. It just doesn't appear in the chat anymore. We put a filter on so that exclamation commands don't appear, but it should still send through as long as your submission's valid. And someone managed to get tears through. Because it's a filter that just makes them invisible. It doesn't block the messages. Assuming I've done it right. Otherwise, it might just be the mods playing Wordle by themselves. That would be hilarious. Imagine if I did that. Oh, good lord. Would this be pixel art even though it's high res? I don't think so. I don't think we can give it that. I do need to check controller compatibility though. Where's my thing gone? There. Okay. Oh. There we go. I don't know what it is, but quite often, yeah, it does claim to have Xbox controller. Sorry, I misspoke. I needed to get my controller working. Because for some reason, if I try and connect my PlayStation controller after launching Streamlabs, it just refuses to connect unless I plug it in manually. Boom! Growing! Nailed it! Okay. Whew! Let's jump back up. Hello, I'm Short Grail now. How you doing? I'm just hanging out down here. Trying to take a little bit of a breather. Alright, back on we go. And because you got the Wordle, I go faster. We're up to 3.6. Nice. We're not growing wrong. I love it when Wordle tries to tell a story. It's very cute. Alright, pause the music. We've got Road to Bhalla to play. Let's get into it. It has a game editor. Huh. Okay, neat. We're not doing that though. We'll get an actual game to play. Okay. Grail, where's your legs at? Hey, if you've seen my avatar, you know I don't have legs. Oh, cool. Thanks, Epic Games. I guess we'll click that button. At least we know it's made in Unreal. I'm just going to restart because I think I may have missed a logo or two at the start there, and I just want to make sure I see what I thought I saw. Okay. Okay, yes, we have a developer logo for Torched Hill. We didn't get a title drop, though. Does new person in chat still count only for that round? It was only for that round. We need another new person to show themselves now. Alright, this recommends controller, so we're going to use it. Which is fun, because for some reason I'm always more likely to fall over when I'm using a controller. Okay, try to exit. You are filled with deep regret. Luckily you're not out of options. Okay, it's also a bit loud. Can we... Oh, yes, we have... No! No... Why? This game was designed to hate me. I can tell already. Okay, it's not a slider. I can't move left and right. You just toggle through it. Okay, that's better. We'll put that down to 50%. Okay, that's a fourth wall break if ever I've seen one. But we do have separate sound... No, we don't have separate sound sliders. We have master volume and music volume. That doesn't count. We would need at least sound effects as its own one for it to count, so no. It has not detected the correct resolution because it's... Oh god. What are the... It should be that. It was not in 4K. But it does have a windowed full screen, so we've got a borderless full screen. That counts. If you don't have legs, what are you doing on the treadmill? I don't have legs, I just have a second set of arms. I use them kind of like simian style, right? Language default. It's not English, it's just default, which could be anything. Okay, rest of that looks fine. There's no accessibility options, unless you... I don't think easy mode is an accessibility option. Not in the traditional sense of the word, anyway. I'm trying to think, I don't think there's anything else on there that we're looking for. Cool. Easy mode is accessibility? Convince me. You know what? Vibration I would give. Because to me, easy mode's not accessibility in the traditional sense of the word. It's just difficulty, which has always existed. Accessibility is something like for color blindness or, you know, being able to adapt controls to meet specific needs. I would give vibration it because that could be a sensitivity thing that causes problems, but maybe I'm wrong on this and my views are outdated. More people can enjoy the game if you have reaction times. It can help with mobility and mental disabilities. Then, Sky, convince me as to why a difficulty setting and accessibility options are usually housed in two different parts of an options menu. Not saying it's not the case, but I want to be convinced. Base cringe, it lets me beat games I'm really bad at, seems pretty accessible to me. Because I think it makes the game more accessible to people that maybe don't have that skill level, but it's not being necessarily more accessible. It's not designed to be more accessible for the purpose of accessibility. Because bias, there's more pushback against accessibility options than difficulty options. That is an interesting point. The lizards who control the government demand that the two should be separate in video games options. Okay, alright, we'll call it. It's an accessibility option. Cool. What are we playing? We're playing Road to Bhalla. Or at least we're about to be playing it. Okay. But just know that you have now set a precedent. So anytime that we have difficulty settings, we have accessibility. However, in the future, if someone makes a tile for difficulty settings, then they are distinct from accessibility. The Wandering Shadow, am I on a treadmill? Yes, I am. We are playing bingo, and every time a bingo tile is called, the treadmill gets faster. If someone gets a full bingo, the speed goes down. So I'm doing alright. I currently have... No, that's wrong. I have more steps than that. Yeah, there we go. 6,000 steps so far for this stream. It's pretty good. Alright, so let's actually get into the game. I'm going to put 30 minutes on the clock. Welcome to the road to Bhalla. There is no tutorial. I've not been told how to play the game, so we're just going to wait and see if the game plays itself. It's not told me what button to press. Cool. Well, this is a great game so far, guys. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. We know it's the thumbstick, but come on. You can use your keyboard or controller to control the ball, but I figure you already knew that. See, it's a fourth ball break, but that actually makes it a terrible tutorial. As a warm-up, try to avoid the huge red laser beam shooting down from the sky. I haven't seen it yet. Well, that seems fair. Sorry, just messing with you. You actually have to beat several trials to earn your place in Bhalla. Alright, fair enough. We can absolutely mark new person, because I think the Wandering Shadow, I think it's the first time that we've been here. Is this top-down Monkey Ball? I think it's a rage game, but I think it is similar to it. It reminds me of Marble Madness. But honestly, I know nothing about this game. The community suggested it, and we're just going to see if it's any good. Okay. Cool, we'll keep going. Found a dev YouTuber. Oh, Pancake Sparkle doing their research. Okay, Corolia? That's definitely a pun. And then there's one that just says do not enter. We'll check that out later. Okay, we'll start with 1-1. Wow. Torturio. Big balls have small beginnings. Prepare for your journey to Bhalla by completing this training course. 0 out of 8. Collect all yellow orbs. Respawn 5 or less times to get all 8 tokens. Okay. Sure. Music is decent. I will give it that. I can see why they have a separate OST. White orbs serve as healthy checkpoints. You will respawn at them very often. Cool. I mean, I like how the game is hinting at the fact that it's going to be difficult. Consequences rolling over the red floor should be obvious. I don't know. I think I kind of need to test it to find out what happens. Also, I'm wondering if there's going to be unlockable ball designs. Boost the ball by holding right trigger. Okay. Yeah, cool. We have a sprint. By the way, go ahead and mark off dodge roll. It looks like we actually have health in the bottom left as well, so that counts. Music is quite quiet. It's very loud on my end. I can bump it up a little bit for you. Give me a sec. If I can actually use the mouse. Because despite being in a windowed mode, that doesn't work. Oh, someone's called bingo. Okay, we'll pause the timer. Let's check this. Who called that? That was not a Nick calling bingo. Not a Nick again. Damn. Okay. This will be good because my speed is getting a little bit high here. Hang on, is that it already there? I just already happened to have searched for Nick. What are the odds of that? Okay. Oh, they said wait. No, I think you've got it. We had dev website. No, they went back and they found it because we had the dev website and they found the dev YouTube channel. I think that was Pancake said that was it. It's on the game's official site. Hang on. Tiny Build has a vid of the game. That's the publisher, not the developer. We would need a YouTube channel for the dev who was Torched Hill. Alright, here, let's just do a quick little bit of investigating. Let's find out, because we did see they had a website. We're going to open the website. There we go. Shush about that. Yeah, that's Tiny Build Games. Yeah. Press kit. No links to it from there. There is a link to Torched Hill here. For a games index. Yes, hello. I want to see what you've made. Do you have any links to a YouTube? It's not solo dev. There's 2 people there. Because they've got one person who does the game dev and one who does the music. Found a Torched Hill YouTube. Okay, you could be onto something. I don't think you can share links in the chat, but I will jump over and have a quick look, see what I can find. Torched Hill? I'm not sure if it's one word or 2 words. Let's find out. Oh, yep, I think this is them. Yes! We have it. Here we go. Torched Hill. 11 subscribers, and they've just linked City of Beats. That is, they did one video 4 years ago, but that definitely counts. That definitely counts. So there is a developer YouTube channel. So that means we can verify this bingo. So Nick managed to get dev website, more than 20 achievements, dev YouTube channel, which we've now verified, accessibility options, and health. Congratulations again. Holy cow, Not a Nick is on fire today. Let's go ahead and give you your points. Not a Nick jumping up to 9. They're increasing their lead. Okay. And we need to do it here as well. Boom. On a roll. Nice pun, Nick. Nice pun. Yeah, that one video was what did it for you. If they hadn't put that trailer up on their own channel, no bingo for you. Alright, we're moving to the 6x6. We're going to put 2 points up for grabs on this bingo card. That is saved. We're going to scramble and clear all cards. You guys can carry on. And I need to put my speed down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's a bit more manageable. Okay, someone please get another bingo so that I can actually survive. Gus, feel really unlucky by the fact you haven't got a single bingo this whole month. Don't forget that if you get 1 tile away, there is a thing you can redeem using your points to basically call a free space and give yourself bingo. So make of that what you will. Got to be tactical. Alright, let's restart the timer. Let me know if the music is a little bit soft. It's coming through quite loud on my end. While boosting, any damage you take is lethal. That's a nice mechanic. I like that. Add a little bit of risk-reward to utilizing one of the core mechanics. I could see that being incredible for speedrunning. You can survive longer above red floor than you might think. What's your health in the bottom left corner? Aha! So I can boost and then let go while it's red. Yep. And then boost off it. Okay. The red sphere in the HUD displays your current respawns. The number tends to decrease rather than... Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's a death counter. Go! Nailed it. Can we do this damageless? I think we can. Fantastic. Respawn. Alternative controls are listed in the pause menu under how to roll. Also, because we've got a death counter, that means we have lives. So, mark that one off. We have lives. Okay. Ow. See, I'm just trying to go too fast now. Oh, X has redeemed a free space. Give me 1 second just to cross this thing and then we'll have a look. Alright, pause again. We've redeemed free space. X, what space are you calling? I need to know what tile you want. And maybe you have lives, I'm sure. I sure don't. Someone has lives, at least outside of this game and this channel. X is calling text overlapping something. Alright, everyone can mark off text overlapping something. X, does that mean you're calling bingo as well? I'm going to preemptively double check your card. Just in case that was the reason you called it. Let's see, is X being tactical here? Yes, indeed they are. Perfect. Go ahead and mark that one with X, and congratulations. Okay, let's verify. So, X has marked off accessibility options, yes. Text overlapping something. More than 20 achievements. More than $10. Steam Deck compatible, and game has been updated. That was quick. Well done, X. 2 bingo points for you. That jumps you up. You already had 1, so that puts you up to 3. Does that get you onto the top 5? Let's have a look. It indeed does. Okay. You are going to knock Shinepaw off. Sorry, Shinepaw. You have been replaced by the much superior viewer, who is X. Beautiful, there you go. Getting the recognition that you deserve, X. Okay, perfect. Let's get back. Oh no! Wait! We need to go to the 7x7. We can't just go back to the gameplay yet. We've got more bingo to do. Make sure that that's the free space. Yeah, friendships ending and starting. It always happens on these ones. All right, clear and scramble again. Yeah. I didn't hit confirm. I'm an idiot. There we go. Yes. Beautiful. All right. 7x7 is up. Good at it. Go at it. Good luck. I can't word good most of the time. Okay. Time to restart. Let's keep going. We've got to at least get through these tutorial levels. Okay. I think what we don't have yet in this one is currency. I don't know if the orbs count as currency because you can't spend them. They're just a collectible. Which is also a thing that we could have as a tile and currently don't have. Because there is a distinction between the two. Okay. This path is a dead end. Well, thanks for telling me. But I'm curious. Do I check it out or do I go for a deathless? No. We'll go this way. Okay, that looks fine. I like that you have like a slight collection radius. Oh, there we go. Checkpoint! Well done! The floor smiles at your terrific performance until it just absolutely obliterates me. Okay, so the actual like on-off of the tiles is in sync with the music, which is pretty cool. But also I appreciate that once you've collected all of the orbs, it just says all down the bottom, and it actually was not lying about the the fact that the other one was a dead end. There was nothing there. We did not get the engine logo, no. We got the developer logo. The game is definitely small. It was only like 400 megabytes. Definitely less than a gig. Okay, earned 8 out of 8 tokens. Whatever that means. So we need 20 tokens to get past this, I'm guessing. So for now, we've just unlocked a second level. There's 192 in total. Now we don't see... No, it's built in Unreal. We knew it was built in Unreal because it came up with a pop-up for firewall permissions. Always terrifying. Definitely not correct controller glyphs, unfortunately, Sky. I'm using a PlayStation controller, so the moment you see A and B, it's wrong. Dialogue box? Yeah, I'll give dialogue box. I mean, this right here. There's dialogue. Second monitor for you today. No worries. In all fairness, you guys are on my second monitor. So now you know how I feel. If you need a given number of tokens to unlock further levels, is that currency? No, because you don't spend them. The tokens are not consumed. Okay, collect all yellow orbs and respawn 5 or less times. See, now we're just putting like arbitrary rules in place for distinctions, and I like it. That's what this is all about. Like, honestly, if we're not here to discuss the semantics of the rules, are we even having fun? It's like playing Monopoly. You need to be debating things or you're not doing it right. Alright, what do? You're a switch and you turn that off. Okay, cool. I can get behind that. In fact, I can get in front of that. This is one of those sections where you probably shouldn't boost at all, but you know what? I'm probably going to do it anyway. Just because, screw you, that's why. You're not an optional path if you put collectibles on it now, are you? Alright, and go. See, I boost. We're fine. Here is a no boost. It's a no boost zone. Okay. so far I'm appreciating what they're doing from like a rhythm perspective. Because timing all of the movement of the obstacles to the rhythm is quite smart. You can do some fun things with that. And I think some of the later levels are very much going to look like a light show. Okay. Ooh, what rhythm is this on? That's on the synth. Okay. Oh, too soon. Okay. We should be safe here. There we go, over here. Nice. Oh, too soon again. Damn it. It stays on for just a little longer than I expect it to. Okay. Wait here. Wait. Then go. Okay, we got this. Just don't go too soon. Alright. Fun fact, you could just have rolled between those two laser beam pairs. I mean, what? Hang on. You say, can I sit here? Oh my gosh! Okay. I'm so used to things being like grid-based that I didn't even think that was an option. Okay. Are we suddenly getting puzzle elements up on this? What is happening here? You're going to turn that laser off? No. I hit that, and then that? Yes, opens up that one down there. Okay. Hit that. I think I need to go back and press this again. No. That just toggles those ones. Okay. Is any... No, we've already marked fourth wall break. This entire game is a fourth wall break. Okay. No, I think it's more like Everhood than Crypt, because in Crypt everything moves to the rhythm, including you. Yeah, this is just the enemies moving to the beat. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I want to have on and off here. Okay, that turns off the thing in the bottom left there, so I can go and collect that. Okay. Then to get that bit up the top, we need to come back, hit that to switch those over, hit that to turn that one off up there. How do I get past that laser then? That one, okay. And then we hit this one again? No? Huh. What am I missing here? I'm feeling like an idiot. How am I going to get into that top left section? Because if I do that, we don't want that because then I definitely can't get in. That does that. Ah. Yeah, but then I can't get through there. Yeah, I don't get it. What am I missing here? Pancake could do bingo right now if you want free space. I mean, now's kind of a good time to do it. You get the biggest one. Is this ground missing something important? Possibly? Is there another switch somewhere? How am I meant to get past this? To get those ones in the top left? I'm feeling like a dum-dum. Okay, Pancake Sparkles redeeming free space for 20. I'm feeling like a dumb. Alright, we'll pause. Maybe I just need to come back with his fresh eyes. Alright, Pancake Sparkles, what are you redeeming? Released after 2020. Okay. Raven, go ahead and add that one. Pancake, I'll check yours first. But remember, this means everyone gets to mark it off. Pancake. Yeah, you nailed it. Here we go. Pancake Sparkles got dodge, roll, or dash. We're always rolling. And we do have a dash, technically. New person in chat. There we go, they've called bingo there. Bingo. Dialogue box, weird genre blend, release date after 2020, dev website, and redeem something. Oh, you got a 2-for-1 there. That was very tactical. Pancake Sparkles, well done. That's incredible. So that was the 7x7, and that gets you 3 points. We blitzed through these ones. Okay, let's get you your points awarded. Pancake Sparkle, that jumps you from 1 point to 4, and what convenient timing because my treadmill has just decided to restart, which means we hit like 100 minutes on it. I need a breather for a second. Now I can actually concentrate and try and get this done properly. Ooh, Pancake Sparkle, that jumps you up into fourth place. You know how we were just celebrating X managing to get back on the board? You just kick them back off again. That's so mean. It's slipping in just here. Pancake Sparkle. Making sure I'm spelling that right. Yep, all one word. With 4 points. Knocking X back off. Cheese Hoovian just holding on to the board in 5th place there. Ooh, and hang on. Let's just... There we go. That's very important to make sure we do that. Okay. The game was released in 2018 base cringe, but Pancake Sparkle used a redemption to basically say, I want this tile. And they called the After 2020 tile, which also got them the Redeem Something tile as a 2-for-1. So that was a very tactical play on Pancake Sparkle's behalf. That was clever. That was clever. All right. We're getting some high scores on this one. That means bingo is done for this game, though, because we got the 7x7. So we are going to just enjoy the game for a little bit longer, and I get to reset my speed back down to something a little bit more manageable. If we actually going to go. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Cool. Now we can see what's about. Someone please help me. Like, how dumb am I being with this section? I'm just not understanding. Also, Raven, you can go ahead and clear off the text. We are done with that one now. Yeah, you know how to abuse the system. Hey, that's what the system's there for. A bit more interactivity. Braden, TNT PvP, we're talking about the redemption points. Also didn't know the points scaled for larger grids. Yeah, they do. Try squeezing between the lasers. I don't know if I can. Because I'd have to be, like, right here. Yeah, no, you can't squeeze between. Ah, puts me all the way back here again. Okay, that's fine. Okay, because this controls the lasers in the middle section and on the far right-hand side here. And it just toggles them between these two states. There is no third state. This one down here toggles the lasers in the bottom left and the top two lasers as... Hang on a second. Yeah, and it toggles those top two as well. So I can do that one, and that one allows me to get into the bottom left. Hit that again to get through there. That's straightforward. That makes sense to me. But the problem is there's no way to deactivate the top two lasers and still be able to progress through. Because now I can't get there. There's an additional laser there that's not on the bottom section. Unless... Hang on. I'm being dumb. And I need to come around... We'll get the checkpoint there so I don't have to repeat all of this. We'll just come around this way. Hit that one. And then go back. That'll do it. I was overthinking that. Alright, does that get me... Okay, that is all of them. I was like, oh, it's going to be 99%. No, we're good. Alright. Yeah, points in chat and Aurum are different. We have bingo points and we have Aurum. Alright, we figured it out. Raven, don't spend yours since you don't play bingo, so you're collecting them. Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to play bingo on a day that not a Raven takes over. Okay. I mean, so far I would say this game's fairly solid if you enjoy these kind of... It's not a precision platformer, is it? What do you call this kind of game? It's not an action-adventure. Okay. That just kills you. That's fun. We'll touch on moving hazards. I mean, everything's a moving hazard. I'm a moving hazard. Have you seen my ability to walk in a straight line? Even when sober? I am a moving hazard. The thing is, I can still just roll straight over it and be fine-ish. That actually did more damage than I thought it would. Okay, it's moving to the base, which is kind of nice. Alright, give me that. And there we go. Okay. To me, what I find fascinating about this is they could have crafted it as just... is it an adventure game? What do you categorize this as? Also, I'm taking a risk here. Shouldn't have done it. That was silly. I'm just trying to go fast instead of actually caring, and that's going to be a problem. Alright, come on, back through. Wait for that. Yeah, what do you call this? It's not a platformer. It's not really an adventure game. What category does this fall into? Like how the inaccessible areas have red ground tiles to tell you the timing. Yeah. It's really cool that it is doing the... Sorry, I'm trying to articulate my thoughts here while playing at the same time. Turn-based Sonic game, kind of. I'm going to call it a platformer even though it's not. But it would have been very easy to create a game like this without the rhythm mechanic and just have it as roll around and avoid obstacles. But they took it a step further by integrating the music into it in a fun and interesting way. I think it adds a nice layer of depth and complexity to it that otherwise... that elevates it from being just like another game to a game with something a little bit more special about it. And when you layer in the fourth wall breaks, which can be pretty hit and miss depending on your personal preferences, I think it takes it even further. It lifts it from being rudimentary to exciting. The question is going to be, how complex does this game get? I could see this being very precision-based at the later stages. Don't let the traps trap you. Okay. Well, I'll just do that, and we're good. That was hard. Okay, there's a lot more going on here. Is there a pattern? Not really. They all just move one space. And it's not necessarily towards you. It seems to be random. I'll be safe there. I'm not going to hit that. Oh, I didn't see that those were all red tiles. I'm dumb. I'm very dumb. Okay. Yeah, so I was expecting that to move down towards me, but it actually didn't. So as long as you're one tile away, you would be safe. Okay, we're gonna make a break for it. Go, 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 go. I have 4 health left. This is very bad. Let's go back and get this checkpoint. We're just gonna wait here for a sec. There we go. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Speedy boy. Oh, nice. Did make a path for me there. I will take that. And then there's more on this side. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, that's using Pac-Man logic and actually just going straight for me. You know what game this reminds me of? Did anyone here actually see my Glow Ball review? From like way back on the channel. Because if you did, that was like a pool-based game. If they had done this instead, it would have been far superior. Please don't come this way. There we go. Okay, okay. I have 7 health, which is... You know what? It's only the last hit point that actually matters, right? So as long as I don't lose the final hit point, then we've done a great job. Alright, which way are you going to go? That way? We're safe here. Okay, and then we just need to get to the finish. So we have all of the things. Also, it's very subtle, but I just noticed that different sections of the game map use different layers in the instrumentation of the music depending on what tiles are on the screen. So not all sections use the same layers So sometimes you've got the bass, sometimes you've got the synth. That's kind of a nice touch. Twists and turns, around corners mostly. Don't roll your eyes at me, I'm doing my best with these puns. How many ball puns are they gonna... I placed the floor text upside down in this trial for reasons of diversity. I mean, I don't disagree. It seems kind of pointless, but okay. X never really had a different vision while drunk. You get dizzy, but it's more being hard to control your body. Ah, yes, TNT PvP, yes, it is an arcade game. I think that's probably the best genre description for it. Yeah, arcade's probably the closest. Massive glow ball vibes without feeling anything like glow ball. It's the aesthetic of it is quite similar. The mechanics are very different. Like if glow ball had done these kinds of mechanics, it would have been a far superior game. There we go. It's amazing how much of a difference it can make. Okay, the blue teleporter here will, well, teleport you to another location. Wow, what a surprise! I never saw that coming. If only the game had informed me that the teleporters would teleport. I'm so grateful that it did, otherwise I never would have figured out that mechanic. Okay. I don't think I want to be there. How do we get over to that corner? That was risky. Okay, we wait here, and we duck down, like this. Yes, excellent. And then we go. Ha! 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 Oh, I'm so good at this game. I say before immediately dying and completely and utterly embarrassing myself. Alright, how do we get into that middle section? Probably not by being in this position, huh? Yeah, no. So what's up with the... Oh, the white one's gonna be a switch. Okay. I will say, like, even for, like, the early levels, they've done some interesting mechanics. It's making me wonder, like, just how creative they're going to get with these in the later stages. Okay. What do you do? Oh, you turn that laser off. That's kind of a nice thing. Go! Checkpoint. Teleporters, not portals. Exactly! That's why Portal wasn't, you know, a relevant game. Very different. Actually, hang on, yeah, let me just back up a sec. If I come back up here... No, the music is added in that layer now. It's going to stay there till we clear this section. Okay, okay. It definitely rewards, like, slower, more methodical gameplay, which isn't always the most thrilling for a stream. So apologies, you're going to have to watch me roll very slowly from one section to the next, but it kind of is what it is. I'm also not sure what these tiles are in rhythm to. Like, everything else has been so far pretty obvious. That one's a bit odd. Legends tell that these laser beams will grant you a cheat code when they destroy you. Well, we gotta find out now, don't we? We're gonna... Ooh, can we get ourselves into a spot where we get hit by both? Not quite. We can hang out up here and just... The legend was wrong! No kidding! Didn't see that coming. Ravens, hardly the most creative or unique game. It's not visually impressive or mechanically complex, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, and that's what I agree with. Like, this is targeting a very niche audience who know what they want. Ooh, okay. Where am I going through here? I think I actually have to duck around this section on the left. Here we go now. Take a little bit of damage. And then we can duck through here. And I think I have just committed suicide. We're good. Okay. That's fine. I wasn't worried about that at all. Not in the slightest. Grab that, go back, hide behind here. We wait for that to come down, and then we dug up like that. Oh, we'll hide in the middle, and then we're going to go for that top right corner. Okay. We're good. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to be a small demographic of people that are actively looking for a game like this. But if you're looking for something that's a more laid-back experience where you're kind of letting the music immerse you in the gameplay, this is going to do it. Alright. This is green down here for some reason now. Right, even more levels. Rush levels, this is World 2. They've introduced some new tiles there that actually push the ball. Which I'm kind of glad that they're introducing some new mechanics. I was a bit worried that that was going to get stale. This says don't enter, so we've got to do it. Why are we turning to a hole that clearly says do not enter? No idea, really. Oh, it just puts you back out. Okay, it doesn't do anything. I thought it might be a secret, like, bonus level. Okay, try not to fall down. There are no walls, only balls. Okay, did we finally get a chase sequence? Yellow fields. Okay, here we go. Get your speed up. What's coming next? Lovely. Here we go. I was wondering when we would get this in from the trailer. Be careful with boosting around corners. Oh, yeah, thank you. I hadn't considered that. I say sarcastically. Now, is this one going to turn corners? Because I think it will. Oh, no, we just get more balls. Ah, okay. And then they use the boosters against us, which is a good idea, actually. You can get more usage. No, got to reset. I missed an orb. Can't do that. The perfectionism in me. Okay, we can boost along there. Of course they put them on the back end of the red tiles. Still gives you ample time, like it's not too tight on the timing for it. Some of these enrolled war balls might help you out by... I see. I was too slow on that, but I see how it works. Again, they're getting more use out of one mechanic, and that's what I always love to see. I've seen some games that fall into that design pitfall of, well, I've made a mechanic and it's only good for one thing. That's not true. You can use it in multiple ways. Also, how do I get past that? Huh. Oh, it's the switch down the bottom. Duh. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Okay, now we grab that. And then we go down. I also like that I think that's a death trap in there that you could soft lock yourself in. I've got to test that. Oh, come on, it looks so inviting. This is a soft lock, isn't it? So basically, you're screwed now. Oh, thank you. I hadn't figured that out. I think you might be able to get enough momentum. Nearly. Oh, wrong button. Ah, surely. No, they actually designed it so you can't quite roll over it. I can go to the side. So, you know, that works. Alright, wait for that. Go that way. I'm fine with the damage. There's one more in the bottom left there. Grab that while we wait. For peak efficiency. And boom. Okay. Let's sped that up a little bit. Yoink! We're good. Okay, that's a tight gap. Nice, nice, nice. And now we do it, but in that direction. That is very satisfying with the timing with the music, though. Let it roll. Oh, okay. I thought there might be one chasing us. I was not expecting a wall of balls. I almost feel like someone was messing around with the Unreal Engine and just went, ooh, I can make a bunch of fancy marbles. And then went, ooh, what if I based a game around that one premise? I don't know how to do 3D models, but boy howdy, I can make orbs. Oh, and then satisfying into the end. You know what? I kind of hope that they make at least 1 or 2 levels like based around golf. Because that would be kind of cool. Freaky Felon reminds you of the world's hardest game. I can see it there, because it's one of those ones like avoid the obstacles, don't hit the walls, etc, etc. They had the balls to commit to their ball idea. Mamamoo, terrible pun. But yeah, weirdly enough, I would like to see almost like a golf mechanic And that was actually, I think, one of the stronger levels that they've done so far. I would have liked to have seen that earlier on. Yeah, it's a rage game, but polite. I don't think it's actually a rage game. I think it is just it's an arcade game, like TNTPV said. I think it's the best description. That is 30 minutes, though. John Led, you have a co-worker named Ball. Anytime I hear like someone saying like the name is Ball, it just reminds me of Dimension 20 Fantasy High. The Ball. Not a ball, the ball. Alright. We'll start. Actually, hang on. Wait. Can I. Let's cancel the poll. I'm going to quickly edit it just to reduce the time. We'll drop that down just to a 60-second timer. Perfect. There we go. Even with the time it takes to edit that, we still save time overall. Peak efficiency. Get your votes in. Are we going to play any more of Road to Bhalla? Or are we moving along to something else? Base cringe, if we continue just until the end of the rush level. I don't know if we can do that. We have to have limits on what we can do. If we vote for another 30 minutes, it's going to be a full 30 minutes. Freaky feeling. It's actually the weaving through obstacles to get the collectibles that really gives you that impression. Okay, yeah. No, I can definitely see that. To be fair, it's been a long time since I've played that game. That was the kind of thing that I played when I was in like high school. So my memory of it is vague and foggy at best. I think for Road to Bhalla, what I will say is that I think they have nailed the game that they were trying to create. There's many ways that they could have tackled this, and I feel that going for a very simple visual theme is probably the right approach, because the focus isn't on necessarily the look of the game, it's the feel of the game, and I think they nailed the feel of the game. Unfortunately, it means it's maybe not the most interesting game to watch someone else play, but it feels very satisfying to play yourself. That's where the game is strong but also weak, because when a game relies on the game feel, it's hard to convey that through trailers, and you've got to rely on word of mouth of people recommending the game and giving it a try. Which is where they're probably doing themselves a disservice by not having a free demo available. I think that would probably actually help get a lot of people over the line and make the commitment to purchase the game, especially considering it was $22. Or $22 dues, at least. But that's a tough asking price for a game that is just rolling balls around with some fourth wall bricks. It could probably stand to be a little bit cheaper and stand to have a free demo, and it would probably perform better if they did it. Yeah, free demos are always a good thing. More games need to take advantage of that. It's the tiny build price. Honestly, quite possibly. The high price might be them trying to recoup some of their costs from the publishing deal that they had. You never know. Sale price is $5. Yeah, if you got it on sale for $5, that feels pretty appropriate. Especially considering we've seen how much content there actually is in the game. It's not massive. In fact, if we scroll down quickly, we can see here people getting like 10 hours, 8.5 hours. Someone got 25, 8 hours, 11 hours, 11 hours, 3 hours, 3, 5, 8. So it's probably around like the 5 to 10 hour range, depending on how competent you are. Oh, here, 3 hours. After a few more hours, finish the main campaign, playing more to go to the stars. So if you're just blitzing through it, it's probably 2 to 3 hours. If you're going for 100%, it's probably closer to in the 5 to 10 range, depending on your skill level. Which isn't massive for the price. It's not bad, but not massive. Alright, we have voted to move on to a new game. Yeah, definitely one to get on sale. Alright, thank you very much, Architectured, for Road to Bhalla. We're going to remove that one, we're going to spin the wheel and see what we're moving on to next. The next game for today is Juiced. Oh, we nearly had one to stop. I'm looking forward to that one when we get there. I know nothing about Juiced. Let's find it here. And let's see who it was that submitted it. Juiced comes to us from Squaretron in March of this year. Before we get into that, we need to refresh everything. We move back down to the 5x5 on the bingo. Center square is the free space, perfect. And we will scramble and clear all cards. Alright. Raven, I hope you're ready. Game Suggester is in chat immediately. Squaretron, there we go. Nailed it. Freaky Feline, thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Always a pleasure to have you here. TNT PvP, you mean you constantly buy Nintendo games for full price? Nintendo games are short. Yeah, there's a Nintendo Premium that they charge for sure. But on a platform like Steam, gotta be a little bit different with how you price things. Especially if it's not something like Nintendo first party kind of game, right? Alright, let's see what we've got. Interesting. Embark on an epic journey through exotic worlds to uncover the mystery of the magic crystals. An exciting retro platform adventure in a nostalgic style of the 90s DOS platformers. Well, I think they've nailed the art style that they're going for. It's very reminiscent of that era. Oh my gosh, the character designs look lovely. Alright, let's watch the trailer and see what we've got going on here. For Juiced. I thought that was almost Mortal Kombat music. Okay, so we play as a little bean guy. I am ready for a great adventure. It has co-op? If I saw that correctly. Lots of collectibles. Definitely colourful worlds, I'll give it that. Looks like they've been creative with the platforming mechanics. There's some mild puzzle solving in there. They've kept the old school aesthetic, but it looks like they've layered in a lot of modern mechanics. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely... It's either co-op or it's a follower that you get Donkey Kong Country 2 style. I guess we'll find out. It has a... Was that snowboarding level? You can play as a little duck. There's a disgusting wall of flesh, and, well, we got magic. And we have jump. So we can mark off both of those. Okay, Juiced, start your adventure now. I almost thought that would be a start your adventure today. Okay, definitely less than 200 reviews. Release date was the 24th of April 2020. That is technically after 2020. Because we count that as 1st of January 2020. So that absolutely counts. It is the same developer and publisher. Cool. They have made only one game, Juiced. They didn't do anything after 2020. Maybe they're working on another project. Maybe this didn't perform as well as they wanted. Maybe we can show them some love. I got some reviews from like Super Game Droid and Indie Gamer Team, so that's cool. It is not more than $10. Hang on, how long was the trailer? Minute 16. No luck on that one. We have... Yeah, we've got unique puzzles there. We've got unique in the description. Perfect. TNT PvP, thank you for stopping by. Gotta leave. Hope you have a great time. Appreciate you being here, mate, and thank you for the insight on the last game. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, and have a good weekend. John Letter, being a Mac OS game should be Square. Being a Mac user, it's a rarity. Nick, what do you mean you can get Nintendo eShop AI slop on sale all the time? Yes, but that's where I was saying, like, the first party games come with a premium. The Nintendo shop is probably actually worse than the Steam store in terms of its curation level. Okay, YouTube Chan is there. Ooh, alright. Oh, I thought you meant like YouTube Chan, like a name. But no, you meant YouTube channel. Gotcha. Alright, hang on. We'll work our way down. It says it's similar to Terraria and Celeste. I would give similar to Terraria, but sorry, other way around. I would say not similar to Terraria because there's no building mechanics, but I would say potentially similar to Celeste in that it's a pixel art. We've got pixel art, 2D platformer. Okay, we have controller support, easy. We don't know about Steam Deck compatibility. We have 69 achievements. Nice. That definitely counts. No trading cards, though. We have a... Let me just check. It should be developer website. Yep, Juice the Game. That's definitely a developer website. Cool. And we have a developer YouTube channel as well. Have we had any updates? Let's have a look. Yeah, plenty of updates. Beta updates, multiplayer updates, small fixes. Okay, they were pretty consistent. We're getting it to a good position. We'll count some of the weapons and things when we get into the actual game. I think that's everything we need to look for here. Oh no, we've got GIF in the store description. Perfect. Okay, I think that's everything we can grab from here. So let's get this purchased and we'll get into it. Let's put you guys over to the holding screen, give you some music, have a crack at Wordle. There we go. I would be very surprised if this game is more than a gig. That feels like it would be somewhat impossible unless this was incredibly poorly optimized. Mamu having a bad day with the card. Sorry to hear that. You win some, you lose some. And some days are definitely better than others. Alright, I get to pause my treadmill for a sec while this is installing. Oh, okay. You guys doing the Wordle was my chance to breathe and actually drink something. It's still... Did I not close that? I didn't. I didn't actually close Roll to Bhalla. I just alt-tabbed out of it. Clever me. Okay. What have we got with Juiced? Similar games were related. Because one of them was. We're going to count it. Because we had Celeste as a similar game. And I would say there is definitely a link to be made there. File size is 122 megabytes. Which is slightly under the 1 gig mark. Just slightly. You know, factor of 10. John Leonard, could having multiple languages be considered as accessibility options? I'm going to say no on that one. But we could always create a tile for additional languages. We're in a position now where, because you guys have got the ability to add and remove tiles using channel points, I'm no longer going to be adding in tiles myself. So if there is something like, oh, that'd be a good one because it's recurring, you guys are going to need to suggest it to add it in. It's over into your hands now. And I think that's a very democratic way of doing things. In the worst possible way, considering that it's not actually voted on. So maybe it's not democratic. Maybe it's authoritarian? I'm guessing based cringe suggested brisk. Would be another free space. Not necessarily. Ooh, and then nailed it with wrist. Well done. Fine. I guess that means my break's over. Let me at least get a mouthful of water. Whew. So you have to remember that... Oh, wrong button. There we go. We're not finished. False alarm. I have to remember that not only am I getting like exercise in at this and playing games at the same time, but I'm also constantly talking, so I get very dehydrated. Alright, let's carry on. We've got more game to play. And I want to see what Juiced is all about. Like, why is it called Juiced? Do we have any theories? Is it because it's like juiced up? I don't know. I don't even know what that would mean. But it is juiced. There's definitely a reason they put in 69 achievements. That's kind of loud. Alright, so guys, are you down to play like this? Because this seems like the perfect resolution for a game. Just... I know you're going for a retro aesthetic, but we don't need to do that. Not a Nick, your wife's calling you to watch a movie with her. We'll catch the rest later. Take care, Not a Nick. Well done on the multiple bingos today. Have a good day. Say hi to your wife for me. Don't know who she is, but I hope she's well. She seems nice. Yeah, totally the correct resolution. Alright, well, let's go full screen. Beautiful. We have text overlapping something straight away because it's bleeding out of the borders. Okay. What? Can I click on this? I can. Cool. It didn't look like it. Let's use a controller, shall we? No, the controller doesn't work. Never mind. I thought it said it had controller support. It very much does not. Controls. Oh, no, I have to change it here. There we go. Whoop. And then you can just accidentally put it offline. That's interesting. This is a very weird way to do a menu. But okay. We do have rebindable controls. So I'll give that. Gamepad and left analog stick. Yeah, what are my other options? Gamepad. Who would use the right analog stick for movement? Would anyone legitimately do that? That sounds dreadful. And it changes the controls that I'm using at the moment. Oh, D-pad. Okay, that makes sense. And then as soon as it goes to keyboard, I can't use the controller anymore. It breaks. That is a very... Okay. Do we have UI as an eyesore still? Because if we do, that needs to be marked off. This is a terrible UI. Left-handed person? Maybe? Richard, one of these days we'll get a mouse and keyboard game. You'll hear us watching you play a game with mouse and keyboard while working on the treadmill. I've done that multiple times. I think the first game we played today I was using mouse and keyboard. It's actually easier for me to use mouse and keyboard because when I'm using a controller, I can move to the side with it and then I walk in the wrong direction, but keyboard and mouse is always straight ahead, so it keeps me on the treadmill better. Jeez. Okay. We do have it perfect. Okay, I will speed that up then. Pancake Sparkle, I will say if you can get yourself a free space win, hold it, because it's far more valuable to do that on a 7x7 than a 5x5. I just accidentally changed it. What are we doing? There we go, English. We have separate sound sliders, so that's good. So I can bump that back up again a little bit. Keep that down. Well, technically we found credits. I will call that. We have found the credits. Very much a technicality, but it's there. Okay, there is a tutorial. It's a button just to rate the game. That's cool. Let's look at the tutorial. We're going to start the timer now because technically it's the gameplay. Welcome to the tutorial. Use the gamepad for controls. Okay. Thank you for telling me what the buttons are. We have a jump and a double jump. I think we already marked off jump. If we didn't, we should have. I definitely gave myself speed up for it. That's a dialogue box. I haven't seen a game engine logo, no. Okay. Hold to jump higher. Okay, so yeah, we have little jumps, we have big jumps. We also have lives down the bottom of the screen. I'm assuming that's what it is. Double jump, yep, thank you, I figured that out. Hold to jump higher. Well, the double jump doesn't go any higher. It's always just a little... So that's the max height you can get. I have already passed the Cuphead tutorial. Jump on a chest to open it. Well, that's an item. Item/inventory. Just select a power-up, press X. Cool, well that's definitely not the correct buttons then, not the right glyphs. We press that. Press that. We have health, apparently. We do have health. I don't think there's been a title drop yet. I can't... Oh, and there's currency. We've got spinning coins at the top of the screen. That's definitely currency. Okay. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't do that yet. It might just be collectibles. It might just be collectibles. Jump on top of enemies to defeat them. Well, I've never seen that mechanic before. Collect coins to buy what... Okay, it's currency. Confirmed. It's currency. Okay. I can't say that that's non-standard combat yet, because, I mean, that would mean that the original Super Mario Bros. Uses non-standard combat. I don't think I can make that argument. Fairies restore your health. Wonderful. Use weapons. Okay. We're using acorns as weapons. That's non-standard weaponry. Calling it. Okay. I am up to a speed of 5. I cannot go any higher than this. It would just be... just unmaintainable. Up. Okay, so it just throws it on a set diagonal. That's cool. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm slipping off the back. Pick up and drop items. Cool. Throw items. Do they do damage? Yes. Neat. Okay. Versatility. Aim upwards. That was the wrong button. Huh. I am going to need to jump and throw. Nice. Use keys to open presents. Sweet. If I missed that, would I have just been soft locked down the bottom? No, it's a spring. I thought it was the explosion that bumped me up. Switch weapons. Shoulder buttons. Okay. Interesting. We do definitely have equipment. Is equipment separate to items? No, I think it's items and equipment or something like that.
Thinks you deserve a break.
Mediate, thank you.
One at last.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slightly more. What was the UFO all about? Space Invaders reference? Get out of here with your nonsense. Use vending machine. What is the theme of this game? Very confused about this, but there we go. We can buy things. Collect fruit to charge your juice meter. What does the juice meter do? Press the jump button 3 times to become juiced. 1, 3 times in a row, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 3. There. Okay, now we're invincible. Cool. Nice power-up system. Now we know it's called juiced. Don't know what that sign means. Pick up and drop items. Why? I guess this goes here. Yes? Perfect. Okay, and then the meter slope goes to the bottom and it runs out. Gotcha. Is there a secret up here? Possibly. Falling off. Jump, jump. That's an invisible platform. Okay. Interesting. Huh. So we found a glitch. Yeah, we'll count that as a title drop. That is glitch and out of bounds. Oh, we've got a bingo. Okay, let's pause there. Squaretron called bingo there. I'm so glad you got bingo in your own game. I managed to break it in the tutorial. That's kind of impressive. Bloody hell. Okay, Squaretron called bingo first, I think. I see Matey8 is also calling it, but I think Squaretron got there first. I saw them go bingo in chat, and then I saw Matey8 redeem it. So I'm going to give it to Square. Let's see if they've got it. They did. They got it on the diagonal. Yeah, I've got to give it to the one who was first, though, and I can very clearly see Squaretron called it first there. We have dialogue box, controller compatibility, less than 200 reviews, out of bounds, and only made 1 game. Perfect. We'll give that one Squaretron. Congratulations. Mediate, your typing was slower and you did the command. I know. Sorry. You did the right thing, but I just happened to glance over and see it on Squaretron first. Let me go ahead and give Squaretron their points. By points, I mean singular, because that is the first one they have earned. It makes my job nice and easy, because I don't need to update the leaderboard. We'll switch it to the 6x6. That's correct. There's no free tile on this one. And close that. Scramble all the cards. Alright, have at it. Let's see who manages to get the 6x6. Oh, John, you were a double bingo. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? In the event in the future that someone actually calls bingo and they manage to get more than one line, I will give you double points for that. Because that's an achievement that's worth celebrating. New rule, I'm making it up as we go. We're all making this up as we go along. But if you somehow get a double bingo where you get like 2 5 in a row that connect, that's double points. Just for fun. Alright, Squaretron claims that one and gets their first point on the board. We're now on the 6x6, it's all up for grabs again, and I can put my speed down a good chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget that means you can also mark off redeem something. Base cringe. Yes, the tutorial is good, absolutely. Thank you for making me go faster again, I really appreciate that. I'm trying to get a breather. Oh, wait, hang on. Sky's calling bingo already. Wait. What happened there? I saw Sky said, oh, bingo, I think. Hang on a second. Were you calling it for this round or the previous? Sky. Yeah, got it. Holy cow. I saw that one first. Because John said double bingo, but that was for the 5x5, and then Sky goes, oh bingo, I think. Base Cringe then asked about the tutorial and then called bingo afterwards. So I think Sky got there first, because Base, you needed to get the tutorial being good to get it, whereas Sky had it before that. Because Sky got it with solo dev, inventory or equipment, same developer and publisher, only made one game, title drop, and roll credits. Freaking just snuck in there a moment before you, Base Cringe. That was, I didn't even get to play any of the game in between. Just went, oh yeah, I got it. That's absolutely wild. Alright, Sky gets on the board with 2 points. And thank you, Google, for trying to make the text white on a white background and making me question my sanity. Did it work? I don't know. Okay. Perfect. Doesn't get you into the top 5 though. So no change to the leaderboard there. But we will go ahead and move straight into the 7x7. I love it when you get the chain reaction like that though. That's kind of satisfying. Whew. Okay. Scramble and clear again. 7x7 is now live. Good luck to all of you. May the odds be ever in your favor. Is it a solo dev project? I think it is, yes. We didn't call it on there, but given that it was just their name as the developer, I'm going to say that yes, it is a solo dev project. Okay. Let's get back into this. Now, I saw that a UFO came by if you stood still for too long, so I want to see what happens, like if that does anything or if it just flies by. Because otherwise I'm going to have to quit out of the tutorial. And I would say it is a good tutorial because it has taught me all of the core mechanics. It is just very unfortunate that I found an out of bounds. Alright. UFO, what do you do? Do you kill me? No, you just analyze me and then fly off again. Sweet. Well, we've got no way to get out of here. Cool. We'll go back. Maybe. Oh god. I didn't even start the timer. Mediate calling free space. What are you redeeming? This is going to be interesting. Just Timothy's been working on it since 2008. I mean, if it's a solid dev project, they've done well here. Mediate is calling Steam Deck compatible. Alright, go ahead and add that one on. Let's have a look for Mediate's tile. Can't even mark them off. You gotta be quick on these ones. There we go. Mediate's called bingo. Steam Deck compatible. Dev website. Yes. Title drop. Ooh. Yes, we did because we got juiced as a mechanic. Multiplayer. Technically, yes. as we saw it in the updates that they'd added in. Roll credits, pixel art, and health. That is a pretty clean line. Well done. Holy cow. Mamu, you only have one screen, you're at a disadvantage. Need to multitask. If you're watching on like a TV or a computer, you can always play bingo on your mobile device. But absolutely congratulations, Matey 8 just knocks the 7x7 out of the park on that one. Matey 8, that gives you an extra 3 points, bumping up to 7, tying second place with Mamamoo. It is so competitive at the top of this board. Here we go. Where is Matey 8? Up 7 points. There we go. Get the recognition you deserve. Also, I can speed down, thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down to a 3. I'm getting sweaty. Alright, we can clear off all the bingo tiles. We've done the 7x7 now. Now we can just enjoy the game. We have 24 minutes to actually just play the darn thing. Let's go. New game. Slot 1, difficulty normal. Let's do it. Come on, game. What you got for me? The galaxy contains many undiscovered treasures. Not all of them are meant to be found. Okay. We have some weird evils. In other news today, the Galactic Republic passed something you can find our vending machines all over the galaxy. Today's space weather, void of anything remarkable. Attack several ships, keep your eyes open. Attention! Captain Tika, reporting to Univy. Up to Unit 5. My scans indicate the treasure is located on its moon. 3 objects radiating massive amounts of energy. It seems we have found the eternal crystals. Shall we proceed? I love the little image of either a sister or a partner in the background. That's cute. Yeah. Juiced. We got a bingo blitz in this one. It was amazing. What did I miss there about Steam friend thing? Yeah. When it comes to Steam friends, I've said this a few times. Basically, just you can send me a Steam friend request. Just make sure to ping me over on the Discord so I know what your username is, especially if it's different to the name that you use elsewhere. Very happy to accept friend requests if I know who you are. I just don't accept them for randoms if I don't recognize the name. Okay. Well, I think that might be the bad guy. Boss, the ship just landed on the planet's moon. It hasn't noticed our tracking device.
Excellent. We finally found the crystals. Wait for the right moment.
That was literally Squaretron. Okay, yeah, that's easy to recognize. We have a prologue, and the game actually wants us to go to the left. I cannot go to the right. Well, that is an interesting design choice to start with. Music's decent.
It's an ancient and mysterious temple.
How do I go in? Okay. Nope, it's not just up. It's not that button, it's not that button. Well. That's cool. Oh! Magical! There we go, Squaretron. I can see your friend request there. Perfect. Yeah, get in on it, Mamu. Why not? It's locked. Game over. That was it. Go home. So, well, mysterious temple that we can't get into. I mean, look, that's a cool-looking, unique, magical artifact. Given that we got here in a spaceship, you can go ahead. Oh, we're done with bingo. We would mark off aliens, and I'm sorry, Mamamoo, is your name Kleenex box? Did I see that correct? Okay. Ooh, okay, very thematic. Like, well, I didn't see that coming. See, this is when with the controller, I just walk in random directions and fall over. I would say that so far, like, the actual theme and level design is pretty cool. Throwing a lot of the old tropes at us. Hey, there we go. No thanks. I'm going home. We're done. I think the sound effects maybe need a little work. How are you meant to jump that? I guess I wasn't supposed to stop running. That's probably it. Ow. Also, I can't see any UI, so I don't know if I can even die at this stage. I'm kind of just tempted to run through everything and see what happens. So I'm taking damage, but there's no health bar, right? So I'm guessing this is actually technically still tutorial. We're good. Okay. Chest with a thing up there as well. Okay, that flips that around. Cool. I thought I was meant to be able to jump on chests to open them, but that one clearly doesn't work. There's 3 magical goddesses representing the 3 elements of fire, water, and earth. Probably, and someone's going to steal these from us before we have a chance to get them, right? It was just like, alright, you got in here, you grabbed the things, we're done. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Classic. You get him, little Bing dude. I love that the the spaceship has like this nice hand-drawn style that just clashes with everything else. Okay. Button. Cool. I will take those. Thank you very much. Do we want to be checking out anything up here? What's through the door? Can we go through the door? Can I put this down? No. I cannot. Alright, we'll go this way then. So far the impression I'm getting that this is very competent. Gonna be interesting to see how many unique ideas they have. Alright, well we saw that guy before. The crystals are on the storage deck, boss.
Finally, we hold the power of the eternal crystals. Bolton, prepare the machine.
Right away, boss.
It's time to show him who's boss.
Is this the final game for today? What are we doing for time? I think it will be, yeah. This will be the last one for today. Also, apologies, the cat cam is off center because she keeps running away from it. Alright. Plus you can sense where the camera is. I'm sorry. Having a big mysterious machine just called the Machine is peak naming convention, and I'm here for it. Yeah, sorry Squirtle, I don't know why we're having stream issues. Everything seems fine on my end. Mate8 heading to bed. Thank you for being here. Hopefully I'll see you again next week. Have a great rest of the weekend, mate. T8. Oh boy, finally! Finally, we're gonna activate the machine! Oh, I can't wait to see it in action. We're just hiding there. Not sure how to turn it on though. Rest time. Better go fetch the manual. Why does it remind you of the dancing bananas? It's the big eyes. That's what it is. Big eyes, slightly curved body. So this could actually have worked quite well as like a stealth mission, but I'm glad that they're actually using it almost as like a faux tutorial. But it does beg the question of why we needed a tutorial prior to this though, right? Game saved. Cool.
Not so fast, little thief. We stole the eternal crystals first. It's time to teach you a lesson.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, well, we're gonna run away from that.
If I were you, I'd run.
Yeah, you know what? I think I will. Running seems like a good idea right now. Okay, just get past all of those. Don't actually need to jump over that. It's not actually an obstacle. Ah, I like that he's kicking them out of the way. We would have got destructible environment for that. 100%. Oh. Well, so far I would say this isn't particularly challenging, but then I don't think it's trying to be. And we're just gonna jump into the nothing? No. Boss fight time, maybe?
End of the road. Time to say goodbye.
That's an awkwardly placed laser beam. Oh, buddy.
No, you won't escape.
Nope, actually I won't. How did I get my ship? My ship wasn't up there. Plot hole already. Okay, yes, that was a prologue. And we're here, level 1, Tahina Fields. I love tahini. We're going to the left. Okay. Find 2 more diamonds to access. There's bonus levels. Well, that's kind of cool. We're going like OG Sonic with that. So there is a tutorial outside of the tutorial. So we have a completely unnecessary tutorial. That's cool, I guess. Like, you give me collectibles, I've got to get them. Yeah, this was in the actual tutorial, that little bit. It's using the same, but it was more basic in the actual tutorial. Oh, what did I... Okay, little plants are sprungy plants. Sometimes, like this one's... Huh? Okay. We can just vibe. That's cool. Yeah, it is adorable. Under the Skin. Oh, it's not a badly made RPG Maker project. Under the Skin, welcome, by the way. Yeah, no, it's not a badly made RPG Maker project this time. Don't worry, we get plenty of them. I'm kind of loving that they've gone for the retro aesthetic, but have managed to keep some more modern gameplay ideas here to keep it fresh. I always appreciate games that go, well, I know this is the aesthetic that I want, but that doesn't mean I have to abide by those rules from a gameplay perspective. Bouncing on Starman for a bonus. Okay, sure. We can do that. I'm not having difficulties trying to concentrate and do precision things while walking at the same time. And actually, the music is quite well crafted. Kiwi Lover, gotta skedaddle. Thank you for hanging out today, mate. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, have yourself a good weekend, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Yeah, I think it might somehow actually be peak. Man, we kind of true, but then again, I wasn't alive when DOS games were things, so can't be a good judge. I mean, I was, but I never really played any of them myself. I kind of came into gaming a little bit too late, and I started with games on like the original Nintendo and the SNES, rather than PC gaming. I got into PC gaming a little bit late. Like, I think the first actual PC game that I played through to completion by myself, oh, 1-up, nice, was, weirdly enough, Morrowind. That was my introduction to PC games. That should tell you a lot. I'm trying to think what else I would have played before that. I mean, yeah, other than things like, I don't count like OG RuneScape, because that was an online experience and very bare bones at the time when it came out, but I would say my first full-fledged PC game was Morrowind. And even then, that took me like 3 or 4 attempts to get into it. Worth it, but it took a while to get there. Okay. I would appreciate if they had made the spring plants a little bit easier to spot, because they do blend in with the background a bit, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, we have a seed. Oh, hi, Mr. Flower. Sure. Where am I putting this? Down here, sure. Like, they've definitely been inventive with the amount of mechanics they've got here, but if I compare this to something like Decline's Drops that we played last stream, I would say that was probably superior. Did I ever play the pinball game that came with Windows? Yes, I did. That was peak gameplay. I mean, that still holds up today. It's still one of the best PC like pinball games ever in terms of just the skill level that's involved with it. Played games like that, and obviously like Minesweeper, but they don't count. Okay? It's just random gambling in the game. What do I get? Do I get a gun? No, I get a soda. No, I feel like that should damage you for a game called Juiced. Where like eating fruit gives you power-ups, drinking soda should actually damage you, right? Oh, that's interesting. If enemies jump into you from underneath, that actually doesn't count as hurting them. You have to be falling for it to count. Interesting touch. Alright, we are juiced. I can't jump up there though. Do I have a springy thing somewhere? Over there. No. See, that's what I mean. That looks like the other springy things, but it's not a springy thing. That one is, but it doesn't get me high enough. How do you want to get up there? Is it from over here? I nearly fell off the treadmill. Okay, we're good. There we go. So you gotta get all the secrets. See, the juice box to heal makes sense. Is there any actual plot from here on? No idea. There might be. You paid Purple Place. Oh gosh, I remember Purple Place. Even as a young child, I did not understand the point of that game. There were so many better things to play. It's like, well, I could play that, or I could play something else. Alright, how do I select items again? That button, and then that button again. Invincibility, question mark, increased health bar. Sure. What? How did I... Oh, they're an item that I have. Okay, cool. Okay, that works. That gave me a heal. That is definitely a non-conventional weapon. I don't need to be juiced yet. I know the game wants me to be juiced, but I don't need to be. Fine, we'll be juiced. Ta-da! Okay, and getting more fruit does actually recharge the bar, so that's cool. Grab that. Grab the key. Throw it. I mean, look, they've incorporated a lot of good mechanics into this. Okay. Sure. Oh, and you can reuse it, I think. Yep. Neat. I have to give them, like, points for creativity, right? Get out of here. Don't want none of that. I'm just really interested to see where this goes. Like you said, like, are they going to introduce more story? Are there boss fights, or is it just more like chase sequences? Is it more of a focus on exploration and collectibles? Like, what's the core focus here? Because when you play a Mario game, you know it's all about just get to the end of the level. Oh, walking in a straight line. I think I saw the sea thing over here. There we go. This seems like it is about getting to an endpoint, but there's a lot of focus on exploration as well. It kind of reminds me a bit more of like Super Mario World in a way. There we go, there's one more diamond. So if there's 3 in each level, then we know we're at least 2/3 of the way through the first level. So the levels are quite expansive. Hi? Special offer just for you. Only 3 diamonds. Well, I don't have 3 diamonds, so maybe I missed one? Or maybe I meant to backtrack. I guess I meant to backtrack, because that looked bad. And there we go, there's the answer to our question. Boss fight.
It's yours? You'll pay for this.
Really? Okay, oh, and then he flies. Cool, gotcha, gotcha. Dive bomb attack. Cool. Wait. And again? Yep. Ah, I missed. Ooh, come on. There we go. Run away. Come on. There we go. Ah, we only got 67 coins. We didn't get the perfect 69. No one actually dies. It just gets casted off screen. This game has a great, like, innate sense of humor about it. It's very charming, I think is the best description I have. The art is also, like, consistently inconsistent. You can tell, like, they've taken inspiration from so many other games. What? You have broken our seal of protection. Please find and return find all crystals and return them. I can read sentences. Hurry, a shadow is approaching. Okay. I'll do my best. I gotta go. I'm not gonna go fast though because I'm not Sonic. Ooh, foreshadowing. Meanwhile, space. Ah!
You fool! The crystals are scattered all over Tahina 5. Now how do I power my machine, called the Machine? Also, you let that pink guy escape.
I'm sorry, boss. Let me fix this. I just received word on the location of the red crystal.
Send out a Structobot to get it, just to be safe. Yes, I name things very literally.
Yes, great plan, boss.
And for you, if you don't locate the other 2 crystals soon... Oh yes, that's just a taste of what I'll do for you. Tic-tac, I will force feed you tic-tacs until you explode.
Wow, that's mildly threatening. Don't know why I'm thinking about that now, but have you seen there's going to be a new Bubsy game? I heard it's like Bubsy 4D or something. I haven't actually seen the trailer for it yet. I just saw some people talking about it over in the Discord server. It looks like it's unironically going to be the best Bubsy game they've made, or something like that. Well, that was fun. This game is as fun as using a seesaw by yourself. No, it's better than that. Like, this game is, I wouldn't say it's like peak. I would say it's a very competent platform, and if you're looking for something that's just like a little bit left of center, something that's not mainstream but will still scratch that like platforming collectathon itch, this will probably do a pretty good job of it. There's nothing too challenging. Ooh, that's a nice unique mechanic of breaking the platforms. Sure. Ah, there we go. But that doesn't really help me. That just gets me back up to where I was. Thanks, game. I'm guessing there's meant to be somewhere else that I can explore to find more things that go up there. Yes. Because there is nothing to the right. Huh. And the branches regrow. Cute. Okay. So where am I going then? So I don't think... Oh, hey, hang on, I saw that. How am I meant to get up? Aha! Diamond! Okay. Where am I going from here then, huh, game? What am I missing? I'm missing something basic. So I can get to there, but that's not a platform. If you hold down and jump, he just does a little roll. Oh no, that's just left and right slightly. That is adorable, and that is the best part of this game. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. The previous games were not very good. Yeah, I heard the Bubsies were always more like highly regarded for the fact that they were glitchy, broken messes than anything else. Alright, am I missing a trick here? Do I need to just like bounce back and forward on this? Yes, okay, that gives me more height. Got it. There we go. That's what I needed to do all along. Whoop. Nailed it. Okay, onwards. We've got 2 minutes left to try and see like as much of this game as we can. I say, like, if this is actually just a full solo dev project, there's obviously a lot of love that's gone into it, right? They've done a fantastic job of being able to craft both the visuals, the mechanics, the music. There's a lot that they've done here and taken on, so I can understand like why they've been working on this project for so long. You can just smash this out in an afternoon. Alright, please die, thank you. Okay, limited number of power-ups, got it. coin magnet, we'll use that, sure. Because then I can just get another one. I'm assuming they are temporary. Oh. I will say that, like, out of the games that we've played so far today, the one that I would probably go back to is Orb Tower. Because I did see that being a great mobile game. And sometimes that's what you want. You want something that's going to be a little bit of a time killer, not too complex, but has a lot of variations. You're never getting the same experience twice. This, although it's like competent and enjoyable, I don't know if I'm enjoying it enough to go to the effort of doing a full playthrough. Oh, the checkpoint was up there. Damn it. I'm sure there's someone out there that will be watching this and will go, yes, this is the game that I've been looking for. Because, like, platformers are my favorite genre. And you're just wanting something that's a little bit different. Where am I taking this? Yeah, okay. Nice. Base screen's literally you. Nice. I would say, there's always an audience for a game. You just have to know who you're looking for, right? Hello. I'm sorry. Are you literally throwing nuts at me? Okay. I can do that. I don't actually want to use those. Yeah. Get out of here, stupid squirrel. Alright, we are out of time though. We're going to do one more poll. And this is going to decide what we do at the start of the next stream. So get your votes in, because this will determine if at the next stream we start with a wheel spin or if we start with a fresh game. Also, the poll seems to be not wanting to work. Let me refresh. Okay, there we go. It is working. Get your votes in. Okay. What I missed there. Ravenan did really like the 2D ones in multiplayer. Was that the Bubsy game talking about? Oh, the Rayman games were fantastic. I do want them to make another one. Yeah, Rayman Legends and Rayman Origin were 2D with multiplayer. They were a blast to play through. Some really creative and inventive ideas there. Also very accessible in entry level, but if you try to 100% it, it's got a high skill ceiling. And I'm always down for that. But I think it was Rayman 2 on the Nintendo 64 was one of the first ones that I played. And I fell in love with that game. It was kind of dark, but very cool. Yeah, take advantage of your famous IP, people hungry for them. It has been a while since we've had a new Rayman game. It's about time. Alright, poll is closed. Or about to be closed. I can't tell. It seems to be lagging on my end, but we have voted for spin the wheel. Okay. Wonderful. Then I am going to pause my treadmill. Holy cow. Oh, I will admit this is a great way for me to be able to get some steps in during the day. I don't know if I mentioned it like back early on with the streams, but part of the reason that I'm doing this was simply because I was inspired by JoshStrifeHayes doing his Dark Souls streams. I was like, you know, yeah, I'm going to be streaming anyway. This is a good way for me to be able to get in some additional exercise and fitness rather than just sitting down for 3 to 4 hours in a stream. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it because it is good fun kind of multi-tasking these challenges. But anyway, thank you to everyone that suggested the games for today's stream. It was good fun. We need to think about what we're going to do because we're coming up towards the end of the month. So, whoa, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one. I've got to do some thinking because we've got the opportunity to do another dev-submitted game stream. We've got the opportunity to go back and do another oldest games on the list stream. We've got a lot of people that are wanting to see a Hollow Knight stream. And we've always got the wheel streams that we need to keep up with so we don't, you know, get too much of a backlog of games to play through. So we've got a few options we can do, and I need to think about what we want the next one to be. I think if we do Hollow Knight streams, we'll probably do them in addition to the normal wheel streams, just so that we don't lose out too much on there. I'm just going to see where I can work them into a schedule, but it seems like there's quite a few people that are keen on that. But yeah, anyway, I always find these streams good fun. It's always a pleasure to hang out with all of you. Congratulations to everyone that won on the bingo board. The next stream will be the final one for earning points, and then the stream after that we'll do the prize draw. So we'll make sure that we can actually give away some Steam gift cards to some people as well. So, thank you very much everyone for tuning in for today. I hope you have a marvellous rest of the weekend, and I will see you again soon. Until then, take care.